What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Most Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, it's a Victory Monday, baby. You know I'm feeling electric. And not just a Victory Monday. It was a lot of good that took place yesterday in that game, man. Offense, defense, special teams. I mean, it was a good week, man. It was a good week.
Defense started lacking a little in the second.
But
overall,
we'll get to it. We're going to get to it. We're going to get to it.
Stepped up when they needed to.
You know, they took care of business. I looked at our picks this week. Those took care of business.
I did it for the Steelers.
That's what it was?
I did it for the Steelers.
That's what
Since my picks are so bad, I picked the teams that the Steelers needed to lose. So Dolphins, good example right there. Patriots, good example.
I get it, man. I get it. So I'm just like, it's been really good. And you know.
Who else did I pick? Chargers, too, right?
Chargers.
They lost. That was a good loss for the Steelers, too.
Yeah. The Commanders tie, I guess that didn't have any impact on us. But other than that, everything. Yeah. Thursday was a great night in the Moats residence, though. Actually, it started off a little rocky, but it ended great. The game the way it needed to be. Ended on a high note, man.
What,
so I do appreciate you, man.
Neighbors calling some noise complaints or something?
Yeah, it could be like that.
The music was too loud.
Hey, man. They might have heard some ruckus. All right. 6:30 is 6:30. All right, we can leave it at that. But,
I thought you were talking about
Bills take care of
celebrating
business,
the
man.
Bills.
Absolutely. I mean, if you ain't turned all the way up, you gotta be turned all the way up. But 6:30. Just throwing it out there too. All right. Yeah. You all right? Okay now. Okay, we just
You're
leave
saying
that.
we went a little overtime on Thursday.
Just a little. Deke, you walked
The
upstairs.
things you were concerned about at the end of the podcast came to fruition.
Deke, I study tape a lot because I don't like to be surprised. So I already knew what said action was going to be on Thursday. I already knew this. I knew it, Deke. I knew it.
Did you bring up that was our first podcast in person in a couple weeks?
Deke.
Because remember, I had to sit out
Deke,
on
think about this, Deke.
Tuesday and Wednesday.
You ready for
at
this?
my house.
You ready for this? We knew this was Coach Tomlin's first year transitioning from Ben Roethlisberger, and we knew it was going to be a rocky road at the beginning of this thing. Did that still keep people from hollering about fire him?
No.
So even though all of that context was there in the Moats residence, it still does not take precedent over the standard being the standard. So, yes, 6:30, man. All right, 6:30. We're setting that tone here today. All of us, group project 6:30, all right? Work with me.
I'm good with that.
I appreciate y'all.
You know what pissed me off the most, though, yesterday?
Talk about it, man.
The Ravens winning.
How? That was the part that was crazy to me.
They
It
do
was
this
your boy.
shit
Nope.
every year.
Blame your boy. Because who were they playing against?
The Broncos.
And which quarterback was available for 4 quarters?
Russ. I know. Yeah, I'm not happy with him either.
I blame your boy. Period.
I'm not happy with him. But still, I'm looking at the bottom ticker. Ravens, 3 points the whole game. Lamar Jackson goes out. I think it was the second quarter with the knee.
It was the first quarter he was gone. First quarter. So it's like, bro, you got 3 quarters of Tyler Huntley?
Of course. They wait till the very last drive to punch it in, score a touchdown.
Of course.
And Russ gets him in pseudo field goal range, 60-plus yarder for McManus. You think maybe he could make it, but this is on the East Coast. He's not back in Denver with the high altitude, and he falls short. He's no Justin Tucker either.
Not at all.
That one really, I can't believe it. I look at their record; they're 8-4. I didn't think they were that good of a team with Lamar Jackson, and now with Tyler Huntley, they pull this one off against Denver, one that they should have lost. But again, you're right. At the same time, Denver, could you score more than 10 points, please?
It's like, bro, you look at Denver's losses.
You paid $50 million for this
You look
guy?
at Denver's losses. It's a lot of losses where their defense is giving
Yeah,
up
their defense
17
is
or
solid.
less. Like, it's craziness, man. But yeah, I look at that and I was like, Russ, I blame you. I don't care what happened in the game. This is all your fault because there's no way that any of us would predict prior to the season that a Tyler Huntley-led Ravens team would beat a Russell Wilson-led Broncos team. But here we are.
Another one, Browns.
That was so nasty.
The Texans literally gave them all their
scored
points.
3 times not on offense. I say, how the heck do
Punt
y'all do
return.
this?
It wasn't even like there were gaping
Bro,
holes for Peoples
my
Jones.
God.
He should have been tackled like 3 times.
It wasn't. I'm with you. It was not. I'm watching it like, how?
I think the Browns offense scored -2 points.
Bro.
A safety.
Think about that, bro. A safety was what they gave
And they
up.
won
And
by,
they
like,
had a pick.
double digits.
And they threw the pick in the red zone, too. Yeah. 2 pick six. Or is it a pick? Oh, I think they classified them both as picks. Yeah, they both were classified as that. Or no, the one was the pick, and Tony Fields picked up the other one. Yeah, man. Insane. They found a way. And then shout out to the Niners as well. Jimmy G goes down. Brock Purdy comes in.
Yeah.
Take care of business, beating Dolphins. Like, it's crazy.
How about this little wrinkle? Baker Mayfield just released.
I did see that. Yeah.
What do you think happens?
Either Indy or San Fran, right? Where you going? Where you think?
I wonder if 49ers are going to stick with Purdy. Can Lance get activated at some point here?
I don't.
Because this is a long time.
No.
For whatever injury he suffered.
When they put him on IR, it was during the season. But I don't know. It could be kind of what they said about Jimmy G. They said Jimmy G is having to have surgery. So that's why he's not even coming back postseason-wise. So with Trey Lance, I don't know how significant of his recovery or what exactly. Because what did he broke the...
I think it was his left foot.
Yeah. So I don't know all the details with what he had to deal with. I mean, we see how it affect Naji right now. He ain't break his.
I think if you're the Niners, you just stick with Purdy.
No, you still going to roll with him, but you still want to bring – they brought in Josh Johnson as the backup off a practice squad. So you asking yourself,
Baker
all right,
that's
what I'm looking at, yeah. Because worst case, okay, if Brock Purdy doesn't work out, at least you have another option that you feel confident who has actually won games at this level. You might not love it, but it's like, all right, I can at least – if this is what I have to turn to after Brock Purdy, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I don't think Baker would make any ruckus. I think he's been humbled enough up to this point.
Yeah.
He's already been benched with the Panthers. You haven't heard a peep from him either. So whatever scenario he goes to, either the Colts or the 49ers maybe, I don't think there's going to be that much noise.
Yeah.
Jets lost. That was good.
Yep. They still rolling with Mike White?
Yeah, I think he's still. I really
he
think
low-key played well.
I think the team responds to him.
Yeah, at least statistically. I didn't watch like the whole game, but statistically
it wasn't
he did well.
a perfect game, but they did have a chance to win it at the end.
They did.
I feel like he has that grit. I'm not, I've thrown it factor around a lot with my quarterbacks over these past 3 years of doing the podcast. I'm not going to say it factor. He's got something, though. I think the Jets really do respond
he's streaky,
to him.
man.
He's a gutsy type of guy.
Yeah.
Gutsy type of player.
He gives you that duck feel. It's all good, man.
I think more talented than Duck.
Fair. But that's like that vibe. Like that, man, we feel like we just believe in it. We don't really know what we're going to classify it as yet, but it's something there. What's how long is it sustainable? That's the question.
Bengals, can't believe they won. That was bullshit. I should be able to believe they won.
Think
Burrow,
how many times have they won it like that too, man?
They ran the ball well.
That's how
Chiefs did blow it though with the whole Kelsey fumble
not
and
the playoff one,
missing
but
that field goal.
Not the playoff one, but the regular season one last year. Similar ending in terms of you're like, man, Kansas City should have found a way to win this, but it's like, it's almost like they lost it versus the Bengals necessarily taking. I did feel yesterday the Bengals did a little bit more to take it, but the Kelsey fumble, yeah. But at the same time, it's like, the defender went to strip the ball. Kelsey running through everybody, that's cool, but you got to have the ball security. Now,
he was trying.
He was
trying to get down, but they were holding him up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what the first take headlines are today. I didn't even see, but I'm sure one of them's got to be, does Burrow have Mahomes' number?
Oh, Lord.
It's got to be 3-0.
They say 3-0 against him. Yeah, 3-0, man.
He's 3-0 right now.
Yeah.
Now, that wasn't on Mahomes, though.
Right.
For sure, that loss. I mean, Kelsey, you just got to hold on to the ball.
If he holds on to the ball,
defense is, I mean, it was pretty lackluster there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's interesting, though. I mean, Burrow definitely is not intimidated by anyone.
Not
particularly
at all.
Mahomes. The guy you would think, okay, this is the top quarterback in the league. Right. Burrow doesn't give a shit.
I like that energy, though.
Yeah, he's impressive, man. He's a good quarterback.
I like it there, man.
We needed them to lose, though. And that pissed me off.
But their time is coming.
My question is, do we actually control our own destiny?
Yes and no, kind of.
I saw something on Twitter that if like the Saints win tonight and we win out, we actually control our own destiny.
Yeah, we technically still do, but like you said, it's about to be that point.
I just see a lot of really good records in the AFC, and it worries me right now.
Yeah, because the way everything lines up, though, like you said, Baltimore
teams are playing each other.
Like think about what you said with Baltimore. We play them twice still.
Mm-hmm.
Like that could change the dynamic of it.
They still play, I think, the Bengals or Browns. There's a lot of AFC North
and we still got
matchups.
the Browns at the end of this thing. The Browns still play them teams as well. So you do got a ton of that. So I think that's why. And then also some of the losses in terms of when you look in the AFC East, some of the losses they've had, it just, I don't know how it works out like that, but it technically does. But we're not there just yet. We just got to keep taking it one game at a time because we getting right back to where we need to be. I mean, we've seen how this thing has worked since the bye week. So yeah, as long as we keep checking off these, and I don't even think that we still have to run the table per se down this stretch. to still have that chance. But
we'd really have to do scoreboard watching.
Correct.
Then if we do lose
and that's
one,
the part. So it's like technically we still are in the driver's seat, but it's not an end all be all. If we had a slip up during this process, it would just mean that we do need a little bit of help elsewhere.
All right, we getting into these shout outs.
Yeah, man. So like we always do at this time, 10 minutes in, but we had to do that because we won. And it was a win-win-win. Steelers won. Bills won. Hey, and I did want to tell you this too, man.
What?
I appreciate you recommending me wearing all that Bill stuff in here on Thursday because I saw just the response. The people in the comment section genuinely enjoyed that all Bills fit.
Really?
They kind of forgot how good that Bills blue and red could look at times, but because of you, Deke, they got a chance to see that. So I just wanted to let you know I appreciate you and each and every one of y'all in the chat. I really appreciate y'all taking time to just like some of the content with the Bills stuff because I know y'all are really passionate about that. So thank you. So with that being said, let us know where you're tuning in from so we give those big boy shout outs. And if you're in the 716 area like y'all were last Thursday, man, salute y'all still. But if y'all not, I can understand as well this time. Because, it was a lot of them last time up there for the game.
You know what? You mentioning the Bills got me thinking real quick. Who were you actually rooting for in the Chiefs-Bengals game?
Whoa, chill out, bro. Chill out. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't you do that. Everything played out the way it needed to. Don't you do that. Yeah, everybody in Pittsburgh was like, yeah, we need Cincy to lose. It's like, no, we need them to win. Come on, Cincy.
Wow. That's tough.
Hey, yo.
That's tough. I was wondering why you didn't show much emotion when I was like, God damn it, the Bengals need to lose. They got lucky.
Hey, yo.
Wow.
I for certain felt like I was the only person in Pittsburgh watching that game. And everybody's like, I'm looking on social media. Come on, Kansas City. Come on. I'm like, no, Kansas City. No, come on. No, come on, Cincy. Come on, Joe Burrow. You got this. So, yeah. We were different in terms of that game. Yes. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. Yeah. But it was like, yo, Cincinnati wins this. Buffalo goes back to the West. I was like, come on. You got this. You could do it. See Miami. Come on. I was over there rooting hard for Brock. Come on, Brock. You got this, Brock. You got this, Brock. Just do your job, Brock. Don't turn this ball over, whatever you do. Yeah, you got me.
Tua went back to
you got me.
Old Tua.
You got
Although,
me.
a lot of people, I will say this, a lot of people are making a big deal about his inaccuracy that game.
Nah, bro, they tripping.
Those Dolphins receivers are scared as hell going across the middle.
Thank you. And did we not see that even when we played them?
Yeah.
Remember, we talked about some of the alligator arm stuff. Absolutely. I'm with you on that, bro. There was
a throw or two, like the one that ended up getting picked. That was off, but still, there were so many throws. There was probably about 5 or 6 they showed on SportsCenter. Where I'm like, wait, how are the Dolphins receivers dropping them?
Correct. And that changes a lot. I mean, when you're talking about, because it was at least a handful of them where we're looking at those potential drop type things, man, that's an extra 30, 40 yards potentially, man. So, yeah, I'm with you, bro.
And I'm not really in the business of defending Tua because I still don't think he's that amazing, but that wasn't on him.
You know I ain't a Tua guy because of where he play at,
Bama.
Nah, professionally.
Miami.
Yeah.
Big rivals.
Come on, man.
All right, first couple we got here.
I'm sorry. We being honest today. All right, let's be honest. Yeah. Thank you, though. I appreciate you, man. But you didn't have to call me out like that. I was not anticipating you taking that angle.
It was
just
not
a
question. I wasn't calling out.
Yeah, I felt like why'd you have to wonder that in that particular moment? Like you could have saved that,
I guess where people can come together with this, though, on both sides, Steelers, Bills, we want all the AFC East teams to lose.
Yeah, there we go. Yes. We want all the AFC East teams to lose every week, and we want all the AFC North teams to lose every week, except for Pittsburgh and except for Buffalo. So I'm with you, bro. Yeah. Yep.
Well, last week we needed the Bengals to lose, right?
That was different. That was different. It was different.
The game yesterday.
It was different. I didn't see the math, I was trying to compute the numbers. I was a little bit slow in the calculation. It's all good. I got you next time, though. Bengals definitely lose this week. I'm with you for the Cincinnati Bengals losing this week. 100%.
I think they play the Browns. They either play the Browns or Ravens. No, they don't play the Ravens. We play the Ravens.
It's Browns.
So I think it is the Browns.
Do we want... Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
We play the Browns, though. We don't play the Bengals anymore.
So we would rather the Browns win because we can always get back to them. But I do not think the Browns are going to win off the break right now. I think that they're going to take some time to get Watson, up to speed.
Yeah, they look pretty bad. Yeah. It was literally just the Texans giving them 3 points.
I would agree. Man.
All right, first couple shout-outs here. Christian Manzi, the 724 for LPA.
Let's get
Homa
it.
for Ohio. Steelers, they won the D10 championship. Good for them.
Shout out.
724, this is Kurt Von A from New Alex.
Okay.
Dakota Durden, 661, California.
Let's get it.
Halfway decent, the 714. What's up, boys?
What's happening?
Gibby Gibson, 989, Dallas, Michigan.
Okay.
Mr. Chavez, Val, Colorado, baby.
All right, let me tap in a couple of here as well, man. I haven't been seeing that Val or Val. Yeah, all the Colorado. I got to get hip to the Colorado talk now. This is prime out there. Wherever he goes, I'm supporting.
Please tell me you saw a speech.
I did not watch the
Wait,
whole
you didn't
thing.
see the speech?
In terms of which one? Because he's done a ton of
Not his press
talking.
conference.
That's what I'm saying. He's done a ton.
The one where he talked
Which
to
one?
the Colorado players in the auditorium.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet. I saw when he was talking
you
to the
need to
Jackson
watch
State
that.
one. I haven't seen that just yet.
He told
Okay.
him, he's like, y'all better start thinking about that transfer portal, because I'm bringing some baggage. And he said, it's
Okay.
Louis.
Okay.
Dude, it was
okay.
incredible.
Okay. God dang.
It was incredible.
So like you really feel prime, but yes, I got to get hip to the Colorado slang. I ain't hip just yet. So I don't know what Vale or Val. I don't know how they even pronouncing it just yet. But just know, Cordell Stewart, dig it. All right. So I got some history. Yeah. All right.
Speaking of college football,
Yeah.
this transfer portal is insane right now.
It is. Shout out to Pitt though.
I like the move we just made.
Yeah.
Slovis gone. We bring in the hometown kid, Phil Jerkovich.
They wanted him.
He's supposed to be a first-round prospect, and I watched some of the highlights. Dude really does have a cannon, and he can move a lot better than Slovis, even though he had a down year. I think he'll give us better than what Slovis did last year, for sure, going forward. I don't know what the rest of the team's going to look like, because this team was really good. We're going to be losing some players. Kalijah Cansey, he won ACC Defensive Player of the Year. He's going to be going pro. I don't know if the defense is going to be as good. The offense might still be solid in terms of our pieces around, depending on who comes back and whatnot, especially with the offensive line. But no, I think it's a good swap. I really do.
Good.
I'm pumped about it.
Yeah, you should be, man. The city's better when Pitt's,
And we got
in
the
mix,
hometown
man.
kid.
Absolutely.
And there's some reports coming out that Slovis just wasn't it, like in the locker room. Like he wasn't a dog. One of the Pitt players was like tweeting out, like, bro, like you got to tell your team first before you start doing this and hitting the transfer portal. It's adding up, though. I didn't really think Slovis had that dog in him throughout the season.
Oh, man. It's just such a far cry from when you first, had him. I remember this conversation.
I know, I was wrong.
Me, and TG.
I was wrong.
It was like, yo.
I was just wrong.
Both
flat out
of
wrong.
y'all were. Because remember, he was telling me about his quarterback, too. Both of y'all were. And I'm over here like, all right. Yeah.
So I'm going into this transfer scenario a little bit more light-toed, I guess you could say. I'm not going to go as all in, but I think this dude's upside is way higher than Slovis. Way higher.
I haven't even looked into it. Before I even saw the transfer was like done, I had got a text. And I was like, oh, man, we already here.
What'd TG say? He said this dude's a bust or something?
Why had to be TG? How you know it's TG, man? You just figured.
Who else is texting about Pitt quarterback?
It was definitely TG. He had it, he had his stance on how he feels about this quarterback, man.
You know,
I'll just say that it's opposite of your stance. It's a little opposite of your stance.
I don't know what he's talking about. This is a great pickup for us. I think it was. It's a high upside play. 1 year with this dude.
Yeah.
Guy was touted as a first round prospect, has a cannon.
I like the upside though, man. If you got that type of potential,
and he had success with Pitt's current coordinator, the offensive coordinator Signetti, up at Boston College. Yeah. That's what got him into the first round type of talk. So I think it's a good call. Hometown kid too. It's gonna mean something for him.
Absolutely. You always want to play in front of the crib, man. So yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, let me get a couple in here, man. I had totally lost our way, man. We got the talking all this others, but it was fun though. All right. I don't even remember if you got this guy just yet, but let me holler at my man Steven Smith out there in Omaha, Nebraska, the 402. Then we got Brandon Griffin tuning in from the 864. He says he in Greenville, South Carolina. And Deke, he reminds us both that it is another win, and we love those. Got my man Joe Dad tuning in from Warren, Ohio, in the building, tuning in while he is working. I like that, man. Don't work too hard, baby. All right, but I like how you working, baby. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
I gotta read this one real quick.
Who you got, man?
Because there's some rumors going around right now. Jay Flame says, Naji, the power back. Tuning in from the 330 Warren, Ohio. Shout out Moats and Deke. There's some rumors that Naji watched the TG segment before that game.
All I'm saying,
took out his frustration on Richie Grant. All I'm
saying is, when we did the Space Talk yesterday, Deke, it was a lot of people looking at you and TG.
Me?
They was looking at both of y'all because of how that segment went. And I was like, yep, I can understand it. So yeah, both of those guys, Deke and TG, yeah. Y'all hold them accountable, man.
Listen.
Keep hope alive, man. Keep hope alive. They was trying to turn the page on you, Naji. They was trying to go to Benny Snell on you, man. They was talking about some Jalen Warren on you, man. You know what I'm saying? They talk about hey, give me Anthony McFarland, man. No, don't you do that. Mm-mm.
I will say, I'm sorry. I think I need one of those apology forms. But in my defense, compared to TG, he took it to another level. He was moving on from TG next year.
Did.
I mean, we're trading him in the offseason. He wanted McFarland over Naji.
You at least wanted to keep him on the roster, keep him around. He was like,
I just wanted him to get healthy.
I
think my main thing was I just wanted the running game to hit its ceiling this year.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it was Naji or not, I didn't care. I just thought the running game looked better for the most part at times without Naji. The Colts game was a good example with Benny Snell, and then we've seen flashes from Jalen Warren throughout the season. Yeah. But the Naji we saw in the Atlanta game, it doesn't make sense because he was hurt this week, DNP, and he looked healthier than ever. He looked faster than ever.
He did.
So if we're getting this Naji, forget the other running backs. Now I'm flipping it. Everything I said about Benny Snell, I'm saying about Naji Harris right now.
Don't you love just the beauty of the journey, man? Some of the highs and the lows like this. Because now we can say, man, yay, I can understand where y'all were at. I can definitely understand that. And trust me, I'm not about to be in here beating my chest because we definitely know, as we've seen this year, inconsistency has been a part of why Naji has even had this conversation surrounding him. So I do hope that he's able to build upon this because this is very different than what we just saw Monday night. And that's the other part of it. We're literally talking a week's difference. And it's just
knocked
night
out of the game.
and day.
Is he actually gonna play?
It's hurt. Night and day, man. Yeah.
This is the healthiest he's looked.
Yeah, so I'm hoping for Naji that he continues with this, but I think more so the reason why he has success, but more so why the running game has been successful is more so really to the offensive line. You look at them these past 4 games coming out the bye, they've won a lot more at the line of scrimmage. They've been able to control the line of scrimmage in terms of winning grass in the run game in particular. They've continued to take strides in the passing game as well, but I do feel like that's why not just Naji's numbers have been so impressive running the ball, but even when you look at Benny Snell and Jalen Warren yesterday, granted, they didn't have as many attempts, but they still were very productive every time they touched the ball in that backfield because of how consistent the offensive line is getting. So that's the other part where I'm hoping for Naji that this is just him finally getting back healthier and healthier and healthier. Excuse me, and we'll see more performance like what we saw yesterday versus what we saw from him on Monday night.
Some of that burst that we saw in yesterday's game, that has to be some of the stuff that you saw in training camp, right? And in the offseason.
More, not necessarily training camp, because in training camp, he obviously hurt his foot. I think it was like that second week.
OTAs,
but it was more so OTAs mini camp. That was what we saw. And that was why, even though I would talk about how he was a larger guy, it was like, yo, he's not fat. He still looks explosive. He still has great contact balance. He still looks the part. In fact, he looks like he's more powerful. But obviously, once he got hurt, we didn't realize the significance of it because of how they downplayed it. So the whole time in training camp, everybody's expectation is it's going to look like what it did in OTAs and minicamp. But obviously it didn't. That version yesterday was very close to what we were thinking we were going to get for the full season because of the power, because of the toughness, the durability, the stiff arm. Him having his game based on power versus trying to dance around and be a, make you miss type of guy. So that was the version that we were anticipating. So that was also why I've been holding on to it for so long, in the sense of, yeah, man, just give him another chance, because I do feel like he is capable of that. Now, the pros and cons are that's going to keep his shelf life very short. He was taking some shots yesterday. That's going to cut it down. It's a part of doing business, though. So for him, he has to understand that the most effective version of me is that. But that's also going to expedite the length, or excuse me, the end of my career potentially because of the amount of shots I'm taking. You just got to deal with it, I hope he lasts longer than, the average, but that is...
Yeah, you have an outlier.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry could become something like that.
But I'm like, for every Derrick Henry, I look at a Gurley and I look at Zeke, and I'm like, both of them dudes, as long as they went on, they slowed down. L. Bell slowed down. And those guys weren't even getting hit as flush as we've seen Naji get hit in this first 2 years. So that's the part where I'm just like, yeah, it's going to take some of that off. But, man, if you light it up for as long as you can, if it's 2, if it's 3 years, all right, cool. But just give us that, because we go with that. And that's something that we also can hang our hat on, too. That version right there, That's an easier model to replicate versus Naji, jump over this guy this week. Naji, shake this guy this week. Like, you're not getting a ton of that back to back. But what you can get a ton of is him putting his head down and running through guys, even when it's not blocked up. You think about that last run that he had where he picks up the 5 yards to set up the 3rd and 5, right? And then obviously we end up having an incompletion and we punt it after that. Man, when he gets hit, he's right at the line of scrimmage, almost like a 1 yard gain. But because of that physicality and just turning his legs, he's able to pick up 5 on it. That's the type of stuff that you can replicate. That doesn't take a lot of extra going on. That's just something that we can hang our hat on and say, yeah, you can be that type of runner. So I'm hoping that we get more of this. Keep it going, please.
Yeah, overall, the running game was beautiful.
Because that makes everything a lot better with our offense, man.
Do we want to hit these super chats?
Yeah, let's tap in real quick, man.
Cliff the Dark Knight. 2 questions. Regardless what happens this season, is Canada still gone? Also, would you trade Deontay and draft Jordan Addison as his replacement? Got some spicy topics right there.
Shout out to Cliff the Dark Knight, man. I like that to start it off. I'll say this. Is Canada gone? No. This is 3 out of the last 4 that they've won.
Yesterday was his best game, I think.
This is definitely his best game. And what have we also been seeing? Them scoring points. Start the game off, 5 possessions, 4 scores. The only reason why we didn't score in the 5th one was because we decided to run the ball to run the clock out to go into halftime. I think that they believe in what they're seeing. This is also when we heard Coach Tomlin during the bye week when everybody was like, yo, we got to fire Canada, make a move. And he was like, no, I like what I'm seeing. I feel like we're progressing in the right way. This is what he was referring to. We can point to 4 weeks of legitimate improvement, progress from play calling to the execution to the points being scored to the first downs being picked up to the being more proactive versus allowing the defense to dictate and us as an offense being more reactionary. We're seeing all of these things that we've been clamoring for, hollering about, all the main reasons why we wanted to fire Canada. We're seeing all of those things right now. And we're also seeing it build with Kenny improving at the same time. And when you have 2 people in that sense improving the way that they are, I don't anticipate the Steelers doing anything to blow that up right now. Now, if it changes these last couple of games, I think that could ultimately dictate, or that could have a negative effect on Canada's job security. But if it keeps progressing like it is right now, why would you move on from that? Because you can see how the system can work. You can see it's designed for running game, play action, pass, hit your shots. Even when we missed the one to Pat Fry move into the end zone, he comes right back a series later and has Connor Hayward in the end zone. Exact same concept, different sides, right? So we're seeing the comfortability or the familiarity. We're seeing also the continuity and just Kenny starting to have it slow down for him. And that's the other part with this thing. So, yeah, I don't anticipate Matt Canada being gone if it continues to look like what we've been seeing since the bye. And for me, I don't want to trade Deontay. Absolutely not. I don't care about them couple drops yesterday because he was still one of the main reasons why our offense was able to move the ball yesterday. He's still electric in terms of getting separation. He continues to do that, the most consistent and the most speedy of that. And it's college open, like we talked about, in terms of separation being, hey, Deke, we like actually not touching each other versus NFL open. Deke on my back hip, put it on my left hand. It's different. But when we're looking at a Deontay Johnson in particular and how fast he gets open, there is no guesswork in the sense of why Mitch Trubisky, Mason Rudolph, Ben Roethlisberger, Duck Hodges, and even Kenny Pickett all love to throw to Deontay. It's because he gets so open that you can see it. You're looking at it and it's like, yo, this dude is there. So, yes, we want him to catch it more consistently, and absolutely he got to hold himself to a higher standard. And as a team, they're going to hold him to a high standard. But you can't move on from that because of this negative aspect of his game and act like we don't see all the other positive aspect that he does bring week in and week out for how many years that he's been here with all the different quarterbacks, different coordinators. He has been the constant factor in that receiving room in the sense of separation, open, productivity. So, yeah, I don't see them moving on from him, and especially to move on from him to just get younger at a position that they already are. We're still young right now. So, yeah, I don't see it. Me personally. What about you, though, man?
In terms of Deontay?
Yeah, or both of them, man. Either one.
I am with you.
That was just my opinion, yeah.
It's so annoying because we need him.
Yeah.
I love all the great things he does because you're right. Still getting open yesterday. Making some clutch catches yesterday.
Bro,
but then making the worst drops of all time.
Mm-hmm.
A little 5-yard dump off Pickett's throwing to him on a drag route that would have been a first down.
They would have easily picked up 15 because of his run after ability.
Like, dude, we just catch the ball.
It's the dumbest. Look, he still ends 5 for 60, averaging 12 with a 20-yarder. And it's just like, bro, we can see how talented you are. It's just the routine, the simplistic. It's just like, are you such in a hurry that you do not believe in the little things? But it's like, bro, you can see it at times where he does believe in the little things, where you see him great fundamentals snatching the rock out there, and you're like, bro, that was beautiful. You look at the route he runs. Man, the one throw he had, the 20-yarder, Kenny rolling out to the right, he take it downfield, runs his route, stop route, 2 feet, sideline.
Girls,
like,
let's be simply ageless.
With
America's #1 anti-aging foundation and
like
the triple action concealer.
You turn around and you drop the one that's right here, easy.
And
hey,
try
I'm throwing it right here too.
Ageless Lash Plumping Mascara.
But
Simply Ageless
from CoverGirl.
And then he really got bailed out on the catch fumble where they reversed it to an incompletion. Mm-hmm. I don't know who's looking at that and saying that's just a drop. No, he had it, made a little move, football move, a couple steps. I will take it. We ended up punting. I can't remember what the Falcons did on the next drive. But damn, dude, it's just those two things that pop up. Yep. Can we clean that up? Because you're right. All of a sudden, that's a 15-yard gain right there. You catch that. That's, 7-8 catches for 80, 90 yards.
Yep.
Now, the one throw to him in the end zone, I think it just underthrew him a little bit. But also, you'd like to see that type of stuff potentially being caught. But I'm not going to put that one on top there because Pickens did underthrow that. Now, with Canada, though, I'm actually with you, dude. I think the man deserves some credit.
Oh.
I said that after the first half because we had 16 points. I'm like, all right, double this. This is on pace for 32 points, man. We must be doing something right. We really must be doing something right. And it actually should have been more than 16 points in the first half if it wasn't for our red zone problems. If Pickett didn't miss Muth on that touchdown, it was at the first or second drive. I can't really remember. But
give me a second, too.
Right there, that's over 20 points in the first half.
Oh, a quick heads up, too, in the chat. Because they're like, yo, we're here, music player. ESPN. I had it in the background, so it was play. Yeah, so I just muted it, so now everybody's catching up. Yeah.
But then people again are starting to make a big deal about the second half struggles. We only had 3 drives in the second half.
Yeah.
The first one we got a field goal, and I think that was the pass that Pickett threw to Deontay that was a little underthrown.
Yeah.
So we missed out on the red zone there, or close to the red zone. I can't remember exactly where we were. The next one was a punt. That was the Deontay overturned catch fumble to just an incompletion. And then we got the ball again after the Falcons kicked the field goal. And our goal at that point was to try to run out the clock and just win the game on offense, which is what we did for the most part. And then it just came down to a 3rd and 5. And I didn't really like the play call of the PA boot, and we didn't really give Pickett a chance to throw it. But ultimately, it was the right decision because it enabled the clock to run even more and more. So game flow matters in terms of the second half because the Falcons possessed the ball like we possessed the ball in the first half because they were running it down our throats. So we didn't have that many opportunities on offense, but when we did get it, we did all right. Like, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't atrocious as everyone's trying to make it seem. So, no, I actually think Canada's doing all right. Yeah. It's crazy for me to say because I have the grudge against him because of the whole Big Ben sabotage.
No, I get it.
For this season, how everything's progressed with Pickett, I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Yeah, and you did hit on a couple of things too, man. When you're talking about the second half yesterday, I thought it was more so, like you said, just lack of opportunities. The Falcons did do a good job of sustaining some drives in the second half. I thought it was more so because they actually decided to run the ball versus them trying to throw the ball. I get why they tried to do it, but it's a reason why one is what they major in and one is what they minor in. And we could see the different levels of success. When it was them trying to throw the ball, a lot of near misses. You got guys open, but a lot of near misses, man, whether it's Marcus Mariota not hitting it or it was the pressure getting to him. But you could just see they don't do that as well as they do the running game. So second half, when they actually say, we're going to run this rock with Cordell Patterson, we're going to pull this rock with Marcus Mariota, we saw them be able to move that ball up the field. Mm-hmm. And we said it would probably take a series or two for us to get acclimated to the speed of that if they really committed to it. Most teams do that at the front end. They wanted to throw it in the first half, run it in the second half. So that was why it flip-flopped for us. But that was also why I felt like offensively, we didn't have as many opportunities. You talk about us in the second half, we didn't get the ball as often. And when we did, it was like, okay, we had the 14-play drive, a 9-play drive, but then we had the Deontay drop. the other one was the end of the game. Yeah, we only had 4 series.
It was 3.
Yeah, it's 3 in that last
you can't count the victory formation.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So with 3 of those drives, we had a 14-play drive, ended in a field goal. We had the 3 and out. That was on the Deontay. It's like, yo, you just catch that thing, and we're still.
Yeah, I don't know if he gets the first down still. Right, I don't know if he makes the tackle, but at least it's close.
It's close. And then, so in the last one, that was when we decided to go ahead and do the punt. That was when we had got the first down, 9-play drive, and we punted. So to me, even
the goal
in the second
there
half,
was to chew the clock, and we did that. We did it. It came down to literally 1/3 and 5 play. We convert that, game's over.
Absolutely. And it's like that's what you want. But then to even make the decision, and I kind of enjoyed this decision, trusting your defense versus trusting Matt Wright from 51. I know you probably wanted to go from 51. I'm sitting here like if he misses from 51, they're getting this ball around midfield, and it's a 3-point game.
I don't know what I wanted to do. It just felt like we were throwing the game at that point.
Oh my God. You don't believe in defense?
Here's what it was. I think it was the PA. I just didn't like that play. It was just essentially punting on that play, which they did end up punting. But I didn't like the defense getting leaky like that. I didn't know what Presley Harvin was going to do. Because if he punts in the end zone, then it's 20.
So this is why I love the move. Because I said to myself, we're playing the percentages. The percentages of offenses being able to score, starting their drives from the 40 or 50-yard line, drastically, like 70-80% chance they're going to score. The odds of a team scoring when they're starting their drive on the 20 is like 40%, 30%. So in my mind, I say worst case, it's a 30% chance they're going to score. If Presley gives me anything inside the 20, it's even better for us.
Because then they can't run the ball anymore.
Right. And if he gets inside the 10, I'm like, Marcus Mariota is not going to be able to beat us with his arm. So that was why I'm like, bro, please don't kick this field goal, because if this is a miss, and we had already seen him hit the upright from 48, or was it? No, it was from 46. He hit the upright. He was clean from 48. So it's like, man, I just didn't want to play that game of now they got a short field, and all they got to do is have either a lucky penalty or a lucky pass, and now we're over here in a tight situation. So that was why for me. But I'm always confident in the defense too. This goes back. We didn't have this talk. This definitely goes. But I was just like, I felt like they weren't going to be. I knew we were going to get the pick. I didn't think it was going to be a pick to end it. But I just didn't think that they were going to be able to execute going 90+ yards against our defense with Marcus Mariota running that offense.
Yeah, I feel for me it was just more about the 3rd and 5, because everything after that was the right decision. But you have to give so much credit to Presley Harvin because he executed. You got to give credit for the defense for executing too, and ultimately that makes the Tomlin decision to do all that right. Man,
you know what? I should have done this earlier. I apologize, man.
What?
Shout out to Danny Smith, because last week it was like, because of how the special teams was in the second half, the kickoff return, how bad are we going to be on special teams? That was a panic. I remember people asked about that in the comments too, man. And it was good to see that. I think the special teams executed a flawless game plan, man. We hit all our field goals.
Steven Sims muffed that one, but we did get it back.
Did he retain possession?
I guess so.
So the rule is what? We need possession, right? Did we have possession? Yes or no?
I guess so.
We had possession, right? Did we hit every field goal from over 40? In fact, wasn't there a record from Matt Wright? Was it 4?
I don't know. I told you he'd kick 100%.
Yeah, he had a little record. It was like 4 from like 40 plus or something like that. So you know what I mean? So it was a good situation. Cordell Patterson, did he do anything return game wise?
No. Well, I was going to say this. How much do you want to credit Danny Smith or Matthew Wright? I don't know. But they were playing chess on those kickoffs, and I was loving it.
So who do you think that comes from? You think that comes from a guy that you just signed a couple weeks ago?
He's got to execute.
No, who does that come from? That comes from the head honcho, Danny Smith. Danny Smith says, look, wherever he's at, we're not kicking there. If he is going to play the back and forth game, put it in the back of the end zone. I like that, man. But that's Danny Smith.
It was great. And then
he did his job, baby.
Presley Harvin dagger at the end. The absolute dot to the Falcons won.
Absolutely, man.
It was good. Yeah. Patterson was non-effective at all in special teams. He did get some nice runs in the second half, but that was literally anyone running the rock for the Falcons in the second half.
This is true. This is
I don't
very
think
true.
It was necessarily a Patterson
because
problem.
We said it's more scheme related. No different when you watch Baltimore. We're like, Baltimore can have anybody back there running back. They're going to have a successful day. Why? The scheme. That's what it's designed for. But yeah, man. I think we're good, man. I think it's a good situation right now. It's a good situation.
I want to go back to the Deontay thing.
Yeah, go for it, man.
With Jordan Addison. No, I don't want to trade Deontay. I wouldn't mind Jordan Addison, though. They're talking about 2nd-round pick.
All right.
I wouldn't mind it. the best strategy is cornerback, O-line, or O-line, cornerback.
You can't help yourself. You can't help yourself. It's all good.
Actually, we probably only need one O-lineman.
Now he's not the one O-lineman. Why?
What?
Why is it down to one O-lineman now?
Only one?
Why? Because it was the
Just
Falcons
one.
team that we said didn't have pass rushers?
Just one.
Is that what it is?
Maybe you pick up another alignment in free agency or something.
All right.
Or vice versa with the cornerbacks. One corner in the draft, one corner free agency, lineman in the draft. That leaves an open spot
So you're
in those first 3 picks.
But essentially you're saying you
For
want
a
to get
receiver.
back. You want our offense to be pass first is what you're telling me.
Doesn't have to be. I just think another weapon.
If we're bringing
a guy
another
that already has a
weapon,
good connection with Pickett.
We've already
wouldn't hurt.
seen how one of our weapons wasn't happy.
Dude, Addison's
with his
better than...
with his
Oh, my.
Okay,
I thought you were talking about Claypool
all
for a
I'm saying is
second.
we've already seen how one player wasn't happy with his participation
I
yesterday.
couldn't believe that.
Do you want to bring
could not
another?
believe
That's
that.
all I'm saying. Like, do you want to do that again? Like, not saying that it's to that extent, but I'm just like, yo, I'm good. Like, I like this mentality. We're a run first unit. We're a power team right now, man. And you can see this is how we getting up out of there. 3 out of the last 4. I love it.
Derek
It's not
Connor
gonna,
Hayward are
it's
making
not
an
gonna
impact.
get you style points,
They are.
but you win like this, man. You got to execute, but under Coach Tomlin, your team is gonna execute. So we're seeing it work out. But yeah, I'm just like, we want to bring a receiver. Like, receivers like to get fed, Deke. Receivers like to get fed. And then you even
though we're winning and having an amazing run game going.
And you even have people in the stands, and the fans is like, yeah, he should be mad. Yeah, he should be. I'm like, bro, we're winning. What am I missing
310
something? We're
yards
winning.
of total offense, I think, in the third quarter.
Like, bro.
And this is what was pissing me off because the announcers were trying to make a big deal out
They
of it.
definitely were.
They're like,
bro,
oh, they got to
no,
get
no.
Pickens the ball. I'm like, what are you talking
I'm like,
about?
bro,
We are running the ball so
running
good
the ball.
right now.
Like, we don't need to do any
We
of
have
that.
red zone
We're
problems.
fine.
Sure, should we pass the
Yeah.
ball to Pickens in the red zone maybe?
Yeah.
Or just in general. Yeah, I'd like to get Pickens targets.
But they definitely.
This just isn't the game where we're focusing on him. And sometimes that's okay.
You could definitely tell that was like a point. I'm like, yo, why do y'all keep saying like
And then
that?
they got the camera shot of him complaining. Come to the sidelines. Give me the effing ball.
Yep. So I'm just like, yo, we got one. We could deal with that. It's cool. But you gonna take another high end receiver who definitely feel like he can be all world as well? Because, and this is the thing.
And that was Pickett's former boo too.
Yeah, absolutely. And my thing is this: even with the context of George Pickens being upset, I get it.
Sure.
But at the same time, it's like you got to understand that you're working with more than just throw me the ball. It's a lot of other stuff at play when we talk about Deontay in terms of how he gets open, but also the ability of the quarterback. And we're sitting here praising 4 weeks in a row now, 0 turnovers, right? 4 weeks in a row. But what have we also seen 4 weeks in a row of? Him not just throwing the ball up there, and we're like, yo, are you really reading this back shoulder, or are you just throwing it out there? Remember we had that conversation coming out of Philly, and then people were like, oh, he doesn't have enough arm strength, and then we saw him actually take it up and go over top, right? But it was like, man, you don't have to just throw that every time. And I feel like at times for Pickens, yes, he's NFL open, and rightfully so. But that's a lot tougher of an ask to ask Kenny Pickett to, hey, don't throw the guy that we see completely open. Don't throw it the move that we see completely open. Take a chance on me 30 yards downfield, throw it up, and I'm going to get it. Just trust me. I know you see the safety over top too, but just trust me every time. That takes a lot. And it's easy for George Pickens because when that interception happens, does the interception stat go on George Pickens? No. If George falls, is it going on him? No. If George drops the ball, is it going on him? Nope. If he just gets outmanned on the jump ball, there is 0 consequence for him. But that's going to be on Kenny Pickett. We're going to be in here hollering about Kenny Pickett.
The one hit off Moats' hands and everyone was blaming Pickett.
So for me, when I see that, I'm like, bro, Kenny, no. If you're not comfortable throwing that thing down there, don't throw that down there. Take all these high percentage throws, run this rock, and we're seeing we can move the ball with that. When you get to the point where you're confident enough to really challenge those DBs, cool. But I'm not going to ask this rookie quarterback who's not even 10 games in just yet. Because remember, he had 2 quarters against the Jets, 2 quarters against the Bucs. So if you
is it 7? It might be 7.
No, that makes 8. It's 8. I did the math. This one is 8. So with that, 8 games in, I'm not about to be tripping on, hey, man, force George Pickens the ball because he's upset. No, George, you're a rookie. This is a part of the league, man. You're not always going to get the ball, even if you are open. That's a part of it, baby. But you do got to understand how to channel that energy, though, man. And that's the part where I did like when Cam went over there and talked to him, man. That was good to see.
Cam talked to him.
Yeah.
They asked Pickett about it afterwards. He like shrugged off the questions, made it not a big deal. Like, yeah, George Pickens is talented. I want to get him the ball more. We got a ton of weapons on offense, though. And I'm just trying to hit the open guys and trying to move the offense.
Like, man, it's happening so fast for Kenny right now, man. And it's starting to slow down. But now it's like, okay, you've cut down on the things that we were criticizing you on. You've expanded upon the areas that we wanted you to be better in. We're not going to start asking you to just isolate and force something over here just to make...
Especially when the run game is phenomenal.
That's what I'm like, I could see if we weren't moving the ball. Bro, we had 9 play, 14 play, 16 play. Like, matter of fact, let me see how many of these drives. Just pull it up one time real quick.
Our time of possession was 2-1 in the first half.
Here we go.
We had 32 or 33 minutes of time of possession.
We had
for the whole
5
game.
drives of 9 or more plays yesterday, too, man. 5 of them. They like, yo, do you know what that does to a defense, man? As a defense, we don't even want to get 2 first downs because 2 first downs is 6 plays plus. That's like, yo, that's too much right there. So when you talk about 9, 10, 11, we had a 14 play drive. Man, I'm not sitting here tripping on forcing that ball out there to a receiver. Man, this offense is working the way that we do it right now. And that's just a part of it, man. Yeah, it's a part of it, man. But I'm with you, bro. That was crazy. But it definitely seemed like super forced from the commentary. I'm like, why do y'all keep bringing this
I was
thing
getting
up?
really pissed off. Like, why don't you talk about this running game that keeps working and that we should just keep running the ball because the Falcons can't stop it instead of getting Pickens the ball.
Almost like, hey, you can't be doing successful things without throwing the ball to this kid right here. And if you're not throwing the ball to this kid, something's wrong. It's like, no, we're fine right now, man. We're good. So, yeah.
Okay, next super chat here.
Was that all the first super chat?
I think that was because our man brought up 2 amazing topics.
Dude,
right
shout out to Cliff the Dark Knight.
Skydiving heck. Moats, how do you think Tomlin handles the Pickens situation? We saw how much leeway he gave AB. You think he would approach it differently this time?
I'm going to take me a sip real quick and then I got you, I promise.
I don't even want to say anything right now. I want your perspective.
Oh, chill, man. Don't do that to me. But in terms of how I think Coach Tomlin handles the George Pickens situation, it's going to naturally be different than the Antonio Brown situation because from what I've heard, AB didn't start cutting up until after he got paid. When he finally was like, okay, I'm in the clear now. By the time I got here in 14, he wasn't the man, but that was the year when he took off, right? When we talk about the 6-year run and all that, like that was all around that time frame, right? The first 2 we saw where it was like, okay, we're getting there. Then it just blew up. So I think it was just a different time and a different space that we were in. You had Ben, who was your veteran, who you could still have that calming presence with, right? So you could allow AB to trip out every once in a while. You could allow L. Bell to trip out every once in a while because I got the vet. I got Ben, who was always going to keep everything what it needed to be, buttoned up. Locker room, on the field, and as you remember, all of the stuff that people have heard, when did y'all hear about this? None of that was during the time he was actually here playing. Everything was after the fact, afterwards, because of the way the system was in place with the veteran like Ben, with Coach T, and the veteranness of the team as a whole. This time is very different because, number one, George Pickens is a rookie. The hype has been formulated because, yes, he is a productive player, but it's still largely because of how we feel fan-wise, media-wise, right? In terms of his on-field productivity, it's not like this is a Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase type season for him. Not that he's not capable of that, but that's just not where he's at right now. So when you're talking about him displaying frustration, you want that because that's a part of being a dog. That's a part of having that competitive mentality. And you have to feel like I'm the reason my team can win every time you're out there. We all do. We just display it differently. But all of us, when you go out there, we all feel like, man, if my team's going to win, it's because of me. Now, it might not work out that way, but in your mind, that's how you're wired. So for a guy like him, man, you don't just turn that switch on and off. And I wouldn't ask him to, and Coach Tomlin's not going to ask him to. But the way Coach Tomlin addresses it is like this. Number one, in a private manner. Simple as this. You can be frustrated. I'm fine with you being frustrated. In fact, I'm glad that you're frustrated because it lets me know that you care. It lets me know that you're passionate about this. But it's all about how you display it. if you pout around on the field, you throw your helmet on the sideline, what message does that send to the quarterback? Does that make him feel like he should trust you? Does that make him feel like he's doing a good job? No. That's going to have him second guessing himself. Should I do what's good for the team and the offense?
Yeah, now do I got to
Or
walk
should I
around
do
on
what's good
eggshells?
for you? And that's not what you want to have, because now instead of this guy, in terms of Kenny, being able to continue to develop and keep this offense improving and keep getting you involved, because it's not act like you're not involved. This was one of the first games under him with Kenny where it's like, yo, man, he really just didn't target him. But
It used to be Deontay.
It used to be Deontay, right? But that just wasn't the flow this week. So Coach Simon, when he talks to him, it's going to be like that. And he's also going to say, look, I'm not going to ever ask you to be okay with not getting the ball. I'm not going to never ask you to be okay with not being a productive player. But what you have to understand is how to be a professional. And that's the difference. Everybody has emotions. Everybody gets upset. But the difference between a professional and pros and everybody else, a professional understands what is more important. The team. It's always team above individual. A pro, a fan, media, they put self over team. And that's when we talk about that concept, man. And that's why it's always tough when you're talking about buying in, because that is not an easy thing to do, because at this level, we're still independent contractors, right? George Pickens is still his own entity because this team can release him tomorrow. But at the same time, he's still a part of a team. So it's like you got to walk that fine line of, I want it. I got to let you know that I'm capable and I can do these things. But at the same time, I also got to balance that thing off with the team and not overstep that, not become a cancer, right? Or the diva label that we put on some players. But I definitely get his frustration. I do. But at the same time, it's like, man, I'm not about to ask Kenny to do something that he's not comfortable doing right now just to appease a rookie. I just don't think that's the way that you operate going forward right now, man. And that's how I think Coach Tomlin would address it as well.
Yeah,
So,
if you heard Kenny in his press conference, too, after the game, he was so excited that he got Deontay involved, too. He was talking about, like, yeah, I've been able to build that connection with Pickens. I've been able to do it with Moats. I'm just happy now I was able to trust Deontay, and we had that connection
And
today.
think about it, a couple weeks. Wasn't Deontay upset, too? But he displayed it a little bit differently.
Right.
But we knew he was upset. But what did he say there? Man, I want to be a part of the thing in terms of us being successful. But at the same time, I'm glad we won. And you understood. It's like, oh, he wants to be the reason. But as long as the team is doing what they're supposed to do, the team, that's what's matter. That's the ultimate end goal, you know?
And I'm with you. I don't really care that Pickens was upset. You're right. If anything, I'm happy that he is, because he wants the ball and he wants to be the reason we're winning. And he's probably thinking, all right, even though we're having this success on the ground game, we could even be winning more. We could have the margin for this score even higher if I was getting the ball more, if we were taking more deep shots or whatever. So I'm fine with that. It is just all about how you hone it in and how you handle it. And that was just a bad look.
And I think if it's a different situation, whether we're talking 3 years from now, where Kenny's a lot more confident, he's a lot more proven, he's a lot more sure of himself, that's a different context. If he was playing with Joe Burrow right now or Josh Allen, guys that are like further along, that are gunslingers but are proven in that vein, it's a different context. Yeah, you wouldn't have to complain. You would get more of those opportunities. But for Kenny, at his stage of development, he's not there just yet, and that's fine. He's 8 games into this thing in terms of 8 total games, like full games played. So it's like, that's going to come. But we got to crawl before we walk. We got to walk before we run. And we've seen all of those things specifically with Kenny.
Yeah, he's getting better. Like, how about that throw to Sims in the first quarter that he dropped?
You're
that was
seeing
incredible.
it. Come on, man. You're seeing the growth. You're seeing the improvement, even the decision making. It's like, you're getting it. It might not be to the level that Pickens think that it should be, but Pickens might have came in this thing a little further along. Pickens is also playing an easier position to come into as well. It's a lot easier to just run that route and say, throw it up, versus you being the guy having to read all that protection and all that other stuff. It's way different, man. But as a young player, you don't think of it in that context. It's a lot more of me. I'm feeling this. I'm upset. I should get the rock. I've always got the rock. What's going on here? But at this level, you have to understand it's not that simple. So, yeah.
And the weird part about it is, too, I think Pickens really respects Kenny.
Oh, absolutely.
I think they have a good connection. They have a good relationship. So
that's
why I don't
he's very
think this is like
passionate,
that big of a deal right now.
I think it's more so him being very passionate, but also us still having some PTSD / scarring from Anton. I swear it's from AB. Like, we do have scarring from AB. You know how many times yesterday, man, in the comments, like, is he the next AB? Is this AB? Have we got another AB on our hand? All of us another AB? Because of the trauma that he put on us, bro. Yeah, man. So I do feel like part of anytime we see a receiver throw a helmet, anytime we see a receiver act like they upset, we're like, oh God, it's another AB. Oh, what we gonna do now? It's like, nah, man, we all right, baby. We all right.
So we can bring in Jordan Addison?
Oh, Lord.
It'd be all good?
If we want to go to a pass first option. But I feel like we're still a run first unit right now.
We got Camonier. Presley Harvin might end up in the Hall of Fame. I wonder what his case is for the Pro Bowl right now. I think he's been doing pretty good this year.
When it comes to specialists in the Pro Bowl, it's always going to be popularity contest, man. People ain't really like gauging it like that. Let's be real. It's like offensive lineman. How many times we talk? What was that last year here? We was like, yo, Pouncey got that Pro Bowl. You know Pouncey, that's my dude. Love Pounce. We was all like, yo, how did that kind of work out like that? We know, man. If you
Castro made that Pro Bowl too, right?
Yep. It was like, bro, this can't be. Not this line.
Yeah, our line was.
Yeah, it was like not that line
at the end of 2020.
It was like no way. Make it make sense. How? And no, those are dudes, but yeah. So with specialists, this is very similar. Punting, yeah.
So do you got Presley in the Hall of Fame?
Sure, why not? Him and Brian Moorman. There we go.
Let's go, UW. Dobbs just signed in Detroit.
I did say he was taking a visit. Okay. Excuse me.
Come on, yeah. Dan Moore really needs to chill with the penalties. Only one this week, and wasn't it a false start? We didn't get a holding.
Yeah, no holds.
The holding are the ones that kill us. The 10 yards.
Who else had penalties?
I think Dotson had one.
That's what it was, yeah. But he was right, though. He was so straight. James Daniels was going off.
I don't think there was anything else, though. It was a pretty clean game.
Yeah.
I'm happy they didn't throw flags on our corners on a couple of those deep passes.
Bro,
they were close.
Handsy.
Yeah, it was physical, but I don't think there was enough to throw flags.
I think it was the Mollett one. The Mollett one was the one I definitely was low-key like, bro, if that was on us, I would be hot right now.
I think what hurt it is that was a bad throw.
It was. It was a terrible throw. Yeah. Because I'm like, bruh, I would be over here going nuts. Like, yo, that's a foul. That's a flag.
It was a savvy veteran move for sure.
It was.
It had
the
hands around him, but it wasn't too much.
It was. Yes.
Like there was no like jersey tug or anything. Yes. He was in his business.
Yeah, he had one, and then I think it was Cam Sutton, but he was the other one where it was like the throw. I'm just looking at him like, yeah. It was good, though. It was good.
Crystal Pravat.
Shout out to Crystal.
Real fans waiting for Deke's apology contract. Shout out 22.
Oh.
Someone send it to me. I'll write it up.
Hey, it's like that sometimes, baby. It's like that.
Come on here. Personally, that was my favorite candidate game yet. I agree with him.
Cal, you coming around? Oh, baby. No, I'm messing with you. Nah, that was, I would agree. I thought that was
and
his
he's a
most
Saboteur 7 guy, too.
Yeah. That's why I was like, you coming around to this one? Wait a minute now. But, no, I do feel like most complete. And I thought that he handled adversity well. Now, the adversity wasn't based on the offense creating it. In that second half, it was more so the defense not getting some stops. But it was still good to see them when they needed to execute, they could. When they needed to get a first down, they could. They did all of the things, man. Even some of the shot plays that were schemed up. Granted, we missed a couple of them. But it's like, dude, these were schemed up nice. Even some of the timing of the calls, the Steven Sims jet sweep. It's like, man, some of the plays, it's like, yo, you're getting the hang of this thing, man. You're actually keeping these defenses on their toes right now.
Feel. And that's the
you can see it.
That's the thing we complained about earlier.
Yeah, because it was like before he just calling calls. And that's when we gave the analogy, like, man, I could give you Dick LeBeau's playbook and just call calls, and it's not going to be the same effect because we don't understand the timing of it or when to do all these things. But you can see with Matt Canada now, he's starting to feel more confident. He's starting to get a better feel for this thing, and rightfully so. This is year 2 in this position. But we talked about how even with that, he's had 3 different quarterbacks even in such a short span. But it is good to see now he's building continuity with the quarterback that we're going to hopefully be building with for the at least couple next years, right? Couple years at least. I hope longer than that, right?
I got 15 years.
Okay, you already got 15. All right, I ain't want to go that far. I was just at least past the contract. At least get to the second contract. We can get to that. That's a win. All right. So yeah, but yeah, we're seeing the growth that we need. We're seeing the progress that we need, man.
Looking nice.
Absolutely.
Let's go, UW. Moats, how are people getting upset at Coach Prime for taking the Colorado job? Let Prime move up.
You know how it goes, man. It's kind of like when people say you should take less to stay on the team, take a hometown discount. And we're like, you should take less to stay at Walmart. And they're like, nah, bro, I'm getting paid more to go to Verizon. I'm going to go over here instead. Or
isn't it pretty drastic? Yeah. Isn't it like $5 million
yes,
in Colorado?
Bro,
it was like in the 300 or 400 Ks at Jackson State.
Yeah, it's night and day, man. Night and day. But that's part of the day, man. And I get it. People are always going to feel some type of way. But for Coach Prime, man, he's doing what he feels best for him. I just love the fact that he's not being complacent. As a person that has experienced success, it is very easy to get complacent. It's very easy to just stick there and never challenge yourself again. To just say, hey, man, I've reached this mountaintop. I never have to challenge myself. I'm good. Nah, man, that's how you fall in love. That's how you become irrelevant. That's how, you just go off to irrelevancy.
Dude, he's even like a media guy,
that's
too.
What
He
I'm
does
saying.
stuff with Barstool on the side.
Like, Prime is continuing to challenge himself. They said he couldn't. They said who could go to Jackson State and win? Who could go to Jackson, Mississippi and get recruits? Who could get people to turn down Power 5 offers to go to the SWAC? He did. Turned them around. Won the SWAC back-to-back years. Undefeated this season. Now they're saying, man, you can't go to Colorado and do that. But the thing is, no one thought that he could do it in Jackson. So why can't he do it in Colorado? And the other thing is the opportunity. He can win as much as he wants to win in Jackson, Mississippi. They will never compare him or talk about him in the vein of Nick Saban, in the vein of Pete Carroll, in the vein of Kirby Smart, in the vein of any of these other guys that have had success at the 1A level because of him being in the SWAC. Now he's going to get an opportunity to level that playing field. When you talk about if you can turn around a Colorado, well, what's next after that? And those are the things that I love in terms of him just challenging himself, because he could sit at Jackson State and be there for 20 years and dominate it, and they would love him down there. But it would just be down there. They would never talk about him in the same breath as some of these other elite coaches or the guys that we name as elite. But for him, he's going to get that opportunity now, man. And that is what you want. He brought crazy attention to Jackson State. Man, he had College Game Day there, bro. Think about that. College Game Day. We thought College Game Day was crazy coming to James Madison University, let alone going to Jackson State. So it's like, to see that, it's like, man, that's the impact, man. So, yeah, I love the opportunity for him. I think it's a great situation, man. And, yeah, for the people that are upset, man, you got to look in the mirror, man. Maybe it's something that you're lacking that makes you feel some type of way about him making that move and his success, man. But, yeah, this is a part of it, man. And I get the other part of it, too. What about the players, man? To all them players and recruits.
He's taking them all to Colorado.
Well, some of them, yes.
I'm telling you, you got to watch that video. It's unbelievable.
I'm going to check it out. But I'll say this, man, as a player who's been recruited, right? Who's been at a school, who potentially had a coach leave. In fact, the coach that recruited me and got me to commit to JMU actually left the week before I signed. So I know the feeling. Absolutely. But this is when you have to decide as a player, did you sign to this school for that coach? Or did you sign on to this school because you felt like this school was going to be a great opportunity for you? So for me, I had my coach.
Either or, there's no right or wrong.
Right, there's no
Caleb
right or
Williams,
wrong.
it's clear.
Yeah.
He went to Oklahoma
Absolutely.
for Lincoln Riley. He goes to USC and follows Lincoln Riley.
And
that's
if that was
fine.
the case, that's fine. Like, for me, I decided to stay. But it was also, I really love my position coach. And I was like, yo, I think that this is the guy that can get me where I wanted to be. So it worked out. But at the same time, it was two people that I'll give the full backstory.
All right.
Going on our visits. Cam Chancellor, because he's from Maury, same area as me, right? We're both at JMU, both on our visits, doing our thing, scholarships and all that stuff. Kurt Noose was the guy recruiting both of us. All right. At the end of the day, or the week before signing day, we're both locked in. We both got our deals. We both getting ready to go. Kurt Newsom says, I'm going to Tech. Cam says, I'm going to Tech with you. I say, I'm staying at JMU. It works out for both. Both players have success. Both players go to the league.
Would he have taken you to Tech?
I ain't asked.
Oh, okay.
I ain't asked because I was already locked in. And it was because my mom and pops. It was like, yo, if you say that you're going to do this, you got to stick with it.
Damn.
Yeah, they didn't give me the shot. I was like, yo, I don't want to stay here. I definitely was like, yo, I want to leave. They was like, no, you're staying.
I wonder if they have a different opinion on that right now.
I don't know, but they didn't let me ask. I was like, I don't want to stay. I want to go. And I was like, yo, Cam, I'll go with him. It's like, no, you're going to stay. And I was like, all right. Yeah, it worked out, though. But
Maybe
I definitely didn't want to go.
You close to home.
I didn't want to. I didn't want to. I was going to leave. I was trying to leave. I was like, bro, if not Tech, then I'm going to go to Temple. I'll go. I'm going to go there. I was like, yeah, I'm not going. If he's not going, I'm not going. Yeah.
So it wasn't as much the position coach. It was part of it, but also it was like 50-50.
It was 50-50, yeah. But it's like, I get it. I definitely get it, man. But it could work out either way. So, yeah.
Dude, I love everything Prime's doing. I love how he's become – he's always been a brand, but now he's a coach brand. Like Coach Prime.
Coach Prime,
badass, man.
It is dope, bro.
We bring it – like because whatever school he goes to next, potentially, if he has success at Colorado, it's like, all right, this school's bringing in Coach Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's going to change. Like
it's Coach Prime.
There's so much that comes with that. And back to the Jackson State stuff, too. Like, he accomplished everything he set out to do there. So
he did. He definitely did, man.
Level up. It goes back to everything you said. What's the next challenge? Kyle Gunther. Why didn't we trade Deontay and a fifth for Roquan and maybe a pick? Think Deontay needs to be traded for a pick to get Jordan Addison. Pitt reunion.
I mean, I get it. I do. Because Jordan would be Deontay. That's the other part.
Maybe better. Maybe even like a better deep threat. But you got to see it in the league.
Exactly.
I think he is. From what I saw in college, I think he is a little bit more of a deep threat than Deontay.
I'm over here like it's a reason why, Deontay gets 18 a year. Because of all the things that we've talked about that makes him special at this level. Not saying that Jordan Addison isn't going to be capable of doing that, and who knows, maybe he'll even be better. But to just assume that a dude coming out is going to just be better than that right now, I ain't going there just yet. But that's always.
The first round receivers are becoming more and more of a success rate, but there's still some failures.
He's not a failure. I'm not saying he's a failure, but I was thinking to myself like Drake London yesterday. I'm like, bro, that was probably the best he's looked all season, and he's a rookie.
That's on us. We always do that. No name receivers or young receivers are gonna have career days against us.
I was like Drake, because when you was like, yo, there's no. I'm like, yo, Drake ain't had a good season this year. He been struggling, and then
he looked really good.
I'm like, yesterday he looked like why we were talking about him. I'm like, yeah, all right, but you're right. That could just be a us thing. That could definitely be a us thing. Because we do have a problem with that. We don't put a lot of people. We the reason why Philly knows who Quez Watkins is, man. Okay, we the reason. We do that. They throw it to him a lot now, all because of us. All right.
What about the Deontay and a fifth for Roquan?
I'm
good where we're at, man. Devin Bush is actually playing pretty good this year.
And Miles is the guy, man. Spillane's still giving us productivity as well, man. So yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Too late for that anyway. Well, Roquan might hit free agency depending on how the Ravens do all this and if they can re-sign him.
Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah, we can't sign we already have contracts allocated to TJ Watt and Minka, and if we could get Devin Bush on a reasonable deal here, then I'm also like, if you bring in that's a decent construction for the defense.
Also, I say if you bring in Roquan and you pay Roquan, what does that do potentially to Cam Sutton or Edmonds?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
We need Evans back.
That's a lot of money. Roquan, he gonna be in the double digits, man. That's gonna cost.
He's good. He's damn good.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's gonna cost, man.
AJ Martinez, let's go. Sabotage 7 will live forever. 8 is on the move.
Uh-oh.
Future will be better, a lot better.
Ooh.
I mean, now TJ just needs rest. I need rest in Hawaii.
I'm hoping you not in Hawaii just yet, because I'm going to say, if you in Hawaii, AJ, and you ain't invite me, I'm going to feel some type of way. I'm just throwing it out there. All right. But blessings to you as well, man, and definitely get your rest. But, yeah, man, I do like the direction we're going, man. We are moving onward and upward. Would you sit TJ, though?
No, we need to win all these games.
Even
a 60 or 70%
him out there
TJ.
wins. Him out there wins.
The stats aren't lying, and even though he's not the TJ of old, he doesn't look right out there. He's still making impact.
Yeah,
he's still forcing Mariota to make some bad throws and accurate passes out there. And just you saw him even on the one run. Yeah. I mean, I think it was like a 3rd and short. He almost caught the dude from the other side of the field. He's still a version of TJ, and it's still damn good. It's just it just sucks it's not deep boy TJ right now.
True.
But we need him. We need because we need to win every game, so we can't sit him.
I would agree, man. I would agree. It's gonna be interesting, man. If he could get back healthy, that man, it just adds another element. But I definitely feel like when you're watching him, you can see it. It's like you're out there, but it's not quite there just yet, man.
Next one. AJ Martinez, we have been invaded. I think he's talking about probably the sound that was going off on your computer.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad it was like just regular sports talk or whatever that ad was and not something reckless, Lord. That could have been bad, bro. Good thing we was on my computer, not yours, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go, UW. Canada still can't make second half adjustments. You can't say he's improving when he blanks for a whole half.
Oh, no, my friend. He does make adjustments. First and second half. I'll give you just 2 quick examples. First half, in fact, opening drive, we went to throw the ball. When we dropped back, we had Pat Freiermuth trying to block Lorenzo Carter. Lorenzo Carter whoops Pat Freiermuth, almost strip sacks my man Kenny Pickett, right? Then I believe it was later on in that series, we decided to run a similar play, but this time instead of having Pat try to one-on-one block Lorenzo Carter, we said, hey, let's send James Daniels out there to go block Lorenzo Carter. Way different outcome. The adjustment was there. That was beautiful. Now, when you're talking about this second half, we already said the last drive, we don't even count because that was victory formation. He nailed the ball. So they had the ball 3 times in the second half on offense. 14-play drive, field goal, started out. Then they obviously had the 3 and out. We talked about the drop that took place on that. But then they came back with a 9-play drive, got the first down that they needed to set up the Harvin punt. So I don't get the adjustment that we're particularly looking for when they didn't even have a ton of opportunities. But the opportunities that they did have, they were very successful on 2 out of the 3. I don't know what y'all looking for, man. I really don't. Like, I don't know. If that's not good, if that's not just like if we're talking about scoring touchdowns in the red zone, I'm with you 100%.
That's not on Canada. Pickett missed the throw, and
could
he have thrown it a little bit better to Deontay in the
but
second
all
half.
I'm saying is, if we want to critique, if we want to say, hey man, this is where he's lacking,
that would be the one thing.
That would be the area.
100%.
Not he's not making adjustments, or this offense can't drive the ball, because they clearly are doing that. Just in the second half, they just didn't have a ton of opportunities. That was the difference to me, man. But yeah, I get the frustration because of everything that we had to endure in Canada on the front end when they were trying to figure it out, personnel wise, him getting identity and all the things associated with that. But since the bye week, it really hasn't been that anymore, man. You watch it on tape, it's been a lot of the positive stuff that we've been talking about. We don't just solely focus on the positive, but that's just been more of what we've been seeing since the bye week. So I get the frustration, but I don't think it's all the way warranted in this scenario right now, man.
Elliot, Jarvis Landry will be a free agent. Canada's offense is like a pillow princess, good enough to tap, but there's always someone that'll actually put work in.
Okay. Cool.
Jarvis Landry?
Yeah, I didn't get the Jarvis Landry part of it.
I don't want him. I think he's overrated.
Yeah,
I think he's a good leader, though. He definitely brings a good energy.
But
I
the price
think he's
point,
overrated.
the price point is, I'm not paying what he wants for just leadership, for vocals, you know?
Yeah, particularly when we already have wide receiver 1 and 2,
Yeah.
and we still got to see what Calvin Austin could be.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Now, if it's Jordan Addison, different story.
Yeah. And in terms of Canada's offense being like a pillow princess, good enough to tap, but there's always someone that I actually put in work. I don't even want to know what this analogy is. I will just take it as we're always going to have eyes for something else. Sure. But at the same time, man, you're not always going to get that something else you're looking for. So with that being the case, yeah, we're going to holler about a Sean McVay. Yeah, we'll holler about a Brian Dable. We'll holler about, I was like, that's cool. But those guys currently aren't available, are they? We feel good through these 4 weeks of what we are seeing. We can feel good about the progress that we are seeing. And we can say to ourselves, why can't we continue to develop this thing out? Why can't we continue to see where this goes? Why do we have to follow the suit of every other team in the league that does what? As soon as they have some adversity and it's not going their way in a short span, hey, fire somebody. Let's go. Hey, make a quick change. And we talk about how the same teams continue to just seem like they're, on that hamster wheel and can never really get it going because they keep doing the same thing, being impatient. This is the first season minus Ben Roethlisberger. And we already are pointing to tangible improvement, tangible things. We're like, we got an identity low-key now. Like, we could legit roll with this thing. Why we got to be in a hurry to move on from that, man? That's all I'm saying.
No,
man.
We're definitely not.
That's all I'm saying, man.
This
like,
season, we got 5 more games, and we could win every one of these games.
And if it wasn't improving, I would be with you. I promise, man. But we are seeing the improvement, and that's the thing. It's like when it was the beginning of the season, what did we kept saying? Man, give it time. At least to the bye, give it time. Let's see what it looks like. We gave it that time, and now we can legitimately see the progress that all of us have wanted. So now that we're getting it, why would we want to just move on from that to restart this and then hope that it's a fit with this coordinator and his scheme with this quarterback and these players? That's a whole nother thing to go through again. We already got through that. Let's just keep building with what we got right now, at least from my perspective.
And we were seeing, when Pickett first got in, we were seeing the improvement week to week. It's just a lot of people didn't want to see it because it didn't result in points on the board. And I get it, offense needs to put points on the board. But there were so many different things that were happening that wasn't Canada's fault.
Yeah.
But what we started to see with the Pickett and Canada combo, his drive started to be sustained a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally it's starting to result in more points, field goals. We're getting in the red zone more often. Now we just got to punch it in the red zone. But I like I said, for this last game, I don't think that was a Canada problem. Pickett missed Muth, because just even that touchdown right there makes probably people feel so much better.
Yeah, because it's exciting.
Because that's over 20 points. Yeah. We win probably by double digits. So I think that would make people feel a lot
felt
different.
Even closer.
But that's again, that's not a Canada thing. I think that's just Pickett hitting the throw to Muth.
I'll just say, we're in a good space where we're complaining about these things winning 3 out of our last 4 games.
100%. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. If we're complaining about winning, we're in a good spot.
We done won 3 out of our last 4, and this is what we complaining about. So it's good. It's good, man.
And as much as I was shitting on the Falcons, like, they shouldn't be a problem with us.
No, we said they're a good
team.
The
stats back it up to where whenever you play the Falcons,
Yeah.
it's going to be a close game. And that's what it was. 9 of the 12 games, I guess now it would be 10 of the 13 have been within one score.
And what do we say with them? They don't make mistakes, but the games when they lose, they typically make it at the end. This 2 weeks in a row for Marcus Mariota where at the end there's been a mistake, a pick. Now, granted, the one last week wasn't on him. The one this week was. But that's how they typically lose. But that's how they play the game. So, yeah, man, we 3 out of the last 4, man. This is the NFL. We don't. And the other thing that's crazy, too, is like, and I do understand the difference. I do. Because obviously when we win, we haven't had a blowout win, so to speak. But at the same time, I look at an Eagles team and I'm like, bro, they struggled to beat the Colts team the same way we did. Like, man, I thought we was more convinced in terms of how we beat them, but we don't look at the Eagles beating that team as a negative, but we'll pull up, hey, man, we could have done this better. Oh, man, no, we need to fire this because, man, we ain't doing enough right now. We ain't scoring enough points. Like, bro, we are winning. Why are we trying to make changes and complain about winning, baby? That's all. We winning. Let's keep rolling with this day, man.
Right. Played the Bengals tight.
Mm-hmm.
Bengals are
come on, man.
A good team. They're a top-tier team right now.
Come on, baby. Come on.
What's that say about us? I don't think we're that far off.
Yeah, all right.
Just keep winning.
All right. And actually, we're not that far off, but can I let's pay a bill real quick too, man.
Sure.
That's all right with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I would hate for us to get too far off and then I forget.
Works for me.
You know, I don't want to forget. Can't forget. Yes. You know, Deke, every once in a while, man, you got to just lubricate the vocal cords.
Absolutely.
Because today's episode is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. You know, DraftKings, baby. When we talking safe, secure, reliable, when we talking about the #1 app for sports betting, this is what we talking about, baby. The one and only DraftKings. And yes, they are phenomenal because there are all those things that we talked about. And more importantly, they give you a lot of opportunities to win, whether you're talking same game parlays, whether you're talking even their fantasy football that they have a ton of options for you to get a chance to make a little moolah. And with that, they even have promo codes, which makes it even better because with this promo code, Deke, if you use the promo code Moats, when you sign up, you make that deposit for $5, you're going to get $200 in DraftKings bonus or deposit bonus money, on that one, which essentially is just free money for you to use trying to make more money. It's a lovely concept, isn't it? And that is also why we love DraftKings. But at the same time, Deke, unfortunately, not everybody can handle this type of lifestyle. Not everybody can handle taking chances on making money. Some people might have a gambling problem.
It's sad.
Deke, some people, they might even need crisis counseling.
Hate to see it.
Shoot, I might even know some people that need referral services.
Happens.
Now, being that I used to live in New York, there is a number that you can call or text if you're in the New York area. But for everybody else, though, you just got to call 1-800-GAMBLER. I said a 1-800-GAMBLER. I said you better What? 800 Gambler. Gambler! Got him! 1-800! Yeah! Gambler! Now I'm back to regularly scheduled programming.
What's funny is whenever you took your sip of water and said you got to get your like vocal cords ready, you would think it'd be for a music promo. But as soon as you said that, I was like, oh no, we got DraftKings.
Oh no, it's DraftKings. I got this. Yes. That's we're very in tuned. So shout out to us. Mm-hmm. Oh, let's review. See what the chat has to say about today's performance. All right. Huh.
Rest in peace, earphone users from Lydell Dorsey Jr.
Kurt Vaughn A called me Marvin Gaye. I do got a little Marvin Gaye, but I get a little Luther on that time. But I'm with you now, so because the high note, I got range like Marvin.
You're getting Blake Shelton comparisons.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Blake then. Let's get it, man. You saw William Jackson says, hit that thing. Because I was hitting them high notes, but y'all hit the like button like I was hitting them high notes, baby. Y'all know what time it is. Cameron Strader says, my ears, with a heart emoji, because he loves how it sounded. Absolutely.
Mitchell Mania thinks you need to sing the national anthem for the Ravens game.
That'd
be kind of sick.
I might have to tap in. I might have to. I might know a guy that knows a guy. I might have to get in that thing. Trina Still Diva says, "Sang it, Mo, sang it." I try to give you the ending part when you're in church. You be like, "Glory, glory, oh yeah." People like that sometimes. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
It's pretty solid, man. It's pretty solid.
Alex Papamichael is deaf in his right ear, he said.
That means the left ear can hear me great then. I'm with you on that. I'm with you. It happens. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Leah Warren, the louder, the better. Moats, I'm with you. I try to show range and power. Because some people, they could just get the high note, but they ain't got no, body with that thing. I got body with mine. So I'm with you. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Someone said earlier, I don't have the comment right in front of me, but they said that intro, whenever the screen blacked out for us, he said it's more exciting than when they do Renegade at the stadium.
He said what? That is
they do need to have some better timing with that, because I think they've been off this year. I think they've been doing it before,
too early.
It's
too early
and stuff.
Yeah.
It's got to be on defense.
I would agree.
Right before we go out on the field on defense, not on kickoffs.
I definitely would agree.
I think they did that once or twice this year. It's been off. Back to Super Chat?
Yes, indeed. And Juan Rangel, I'm glad that you caught on. I did take you back to church, baby. It was a revival right here in the Most Residence, baby. Right here on the Ultimate Experience with Deke podcast for the culture. Glory. Gambler. Yeah.
Okay, Lou Boy. It looks like he's talking about Pickens here. He says it has nothing to do with forcing it. It's in a QB's nature to throw the ball. 8 hit on 1 deep pass to 18. He can't make that throw. If he could, he would. Why? Because it's in QB's nature to throw the ball. I think he's stretching a little bit here. I think it's in the QB's nature, at least a quarterback that you want to win the game. That's what you really want.
Lubo, you're oversimplifying it. You're trying to make it as if he could make that throw, he would make that throw. It's not that cut and dry at this level. Kenny can make that throw because we've seen him make that throw.
That Sims throw yesterday was insane.
That's the thing. We've seen him make deep throws. We've seen him do that. We've seen him challenge corners and stuff like that. That's never been an issue. The issue, though, is do you want to live with the potential consequences? For every 1 or 2 that you might hit, you're going to also have a potential 1 or 2 that's going to get picked. We even saw that with Ben. The difference was whether you're talking Ben, Brady, Rodgers, Josh Allen, Mahomes, Burrow, they'll have 1 or 2 of those picks, but they're also going to give you 330 and 3 other tutties, right? And Kenny potentially could develop into that. But at this stage, we're not asking him to do that. It's not designed for him to do that. So it doesn't matter about him taking those chances outside of a pride or ego thing, because at the end of the day, that's more so what it seems like. Because if we're saying the purpose of playing the game is to win, and he's won 3 of these last 4, and he's actually been a big reason why we've been winning these games as well, I don't get from those performances that he can't make that throw because he's choosing not to make that throw. I think that he's just showing off really good decision making and understanding that every throw doesn't have to be a downfield bomb.
All Brady did with the Patriots was 5-yard dump off to running backs.
How many? You think he was winning championships when it was Gronk, when it was Hernandez, when it was West and Julian Edelman? They would just bomb. They had the 1 year where they bombed it with Moss.
He'll take his shots whenever the defense is pressing up, but that's all
how
part
was it
of
designed?
Leading the game,
but
and winning the game.
It's not designed to be a explosive shot. It's methodical, and when you make a mistake, now I attack.
Yeah.
Our offense is designed the exact same way. Methodical. 10, 12, 14. Methodical. And if you can execute like that, man, it is so tough to beat because that defense will get impatient. As a defender, man, you're going to get tired of defending these routes. You're like, man, I'm going to jump this right here. And that's when you get got. That's when you get hit.
Pickett did try early
yes,
in the
he
game.
did.
I can't
yes,
remember exactly when it was. It was the first or second quarter.
Yep.
He tried,
yes,
but I
he
think
did.
The pressure got to him
Yep.
and he got hit whenever he was throwing.
Yep, but
he tried to take a deep ball. I don't know if it was the Pickens or Deontay who it was, but he definitely
tried it.
It was exactly that scenario. We were nickel and diming them a little bit, got the run game
that's
going,
our approach
and we
right
tried
now.
the deep shot.
That's our approach. I know it's tough to settle or feel at peace with this because we're used to Ben Roethlisberger, killer bees, excitement, 30 plus, fireworks. I get it. But this is a different player. This is a different team personnel wise. At this stage, this team is not designed to win like that. This team is designed to choke you out and win low scoring games like we're seeing right now, man. And just think when our offense, this is 4 weeks now where they've been 20 plus, right? Because even yesterday, still 20 plus, right? I get it. But with them, it's just like, man, we're already seeing how our defense is minimizing opponents' chances of scoring. And this is with us still not even being 100% healthy, right? We already talked about that defensively. We still got a lot of areas we can get better on that side of the ball. But we're already seeing where we're hovering around this 20-point range. Now, when you start getting into that 24 points per game, 25 points per game, man, that is going to be extremely difficult to beat. And that's what the Niners essentially do, right? That's their offense. That's how they get out of stadiums. We literally got the same setup right now, man. Just not to that full maturity just yet, but it's like, man, it's very similar in terms of how we're trying to build our thing out. But like I said, it's just not as pretty.
And sticking with Pickett, though, I'm getting really confident with him on third downs. 3rd and 5, 3rd and 8, that we're going to convert, and we have been. We've been sustaining these drives. He's just getting better and better each week. He's looking more and more comfortable back there. I'm liking how he's leading the offense. Kaza. Russell Wilson got his walking paper Sunday. Russell Wilson likes baseball, right? He on deck. He up next. # upper room.
Oh,
yes,
Lord.
Indeed.
He on deck. Oh, man.
Maybe he could go steal some money from baseball.
I was to say, Lord,
Justin
bro.
Verlander just got a 2-year, $80 million deal.
They giving it away. Like, dude.
I don't know what to make of Russell Wilson. Dude.
Russ, man. So what's going on? How you feel about Russ?
I don't know what to make of it. I really don't.
Gino, you saw he had a game winner. Gino had a clutch game winner, too. Did you see that?
It was after the Rams responded,
when
after
they scored,
Wagner got the ball.
When they scored, I was sad, bro. I was sad.
For who? Would you have
Gino.
money on the Rams?
I just wanted Gino to have another go at it. But when they scored that late, I was like, oh, dang, man, this ain't good for Gino.
He clutched out.
He definitely clutched out. I did not believe he was going to clutch up like that. I did not believe it.
When I first saw that DK Metcalf pass, I thought it was a pick. But then, DK caught it.
Tell me you saw him and Jalen Ramsey going at it, bro.
I didn't. No.
Bro, they were going at it. It's even point in the game where he's telling them to follow him around when he's motionless. Bro, blatant. Yo.
That's hilarious.
They line up, he's this, talking back and forth. They're going, he's like, nah, come with me. Come over here. Bro, they was going at it. Yeah, they blocked one time. I'm like, God dang. Y'all trying to... It reminded me of Josh Norman, Odell. Not to the physical, they scrapping, losing their mind, but it was that vibe out there, bro. Yeah.
That's awesome. Cameron Strader. Tomlin's outburst at that fan was so unnecessary. No, I agree. I think it was I disagree. I think it was incredible. I think it was unnecessary, necessary. I don't care. I loved it. I loved the response.
Super necessary.
He should have ignored him. I'm starting to get concerned about his attitude, not to mention hires. No, I think it was incredible. I love that he did it.
You can't complain about his reaction in the workplace. If we went to your job or anybody's job, even that fan's job, while he's working in the workplace, who knows how he's going to react? Period, man. Yeah. Coach Tom, hey, on game day, everybody think it's sweet. Everybody, you ha, funny players, coach, jokey. He's like, no, man, this dude takes this serious.
That was so good.
I don't know why y'all be thinking this is a game, man. These folk livelihood out here, man.
When was that? Is that probably halftime?
It looked like halftime. I'm looking at the security walking behind him. I'm like, look, halftime. Yeah. I'm like, all right, either halftime or right before, or like pregame, because he has his card. You see in his hand, he has like his play call sheet. So it's like, bro, y'all messing with this man. Like, it's all right.
That was so good. I loved every second.
I don't get it, man. I'm like, bro, this is man on his job. Like, we know how stressful this is. Y'all hollering about losing seasons, firing this. All right. Y'all don't think he feel that? Okay. Yeah, man.
No, that was incredible. Yeah. But in terms of Tomlin's decision-making with the coaching hires right now, I think the biggest question mark was Canada. Terrell Austin, fine. Brian Flores, obviously a good hire. And I think this Pat Myers hire is looking kind of decent with the O-line. Canada was the biggest question mark.
Mike Sullivan looks good because you see the quarterback play improving.
If anything, his hires have, I think at this point in the season, it's a thumbs up, actually, because Canada was the big question mark. And Canada, Pickett in the offense has been improving. And he's stuck with Canada in this offense, even though he's been getting questions all over the place, especially earlier in the year about firing him. So I think, if anything, thumbs up on the coaching hires.
Yeah,
absolutely. At least this season.
Yeah. But, yeah, man, y'all don't play with Coach T on game day like that, man.
That was awesome.
Yeah, y'all not on game day, baby.
We got...
Well, people be wild to me, bro. Like, yo, why you respond like that? Like, bro, this man is trying to win.
I don't want him to respond any other way.
He got his wife and kids on the line, awesome. Like everything on the line, baby. Like, come on, man. Think about when you turn on the TV and they bashing this man. You think his wife don't see that? You think his sons don't see that? You think his daughters don't see that? Like, yo, it matters, man. So, yeah, heck yeah, bro. He locked in. Don't mess with that man on the job, baby. Don't you do it.
828 style, when both sides of the ball can put together 4 quarters steady play for a whole game, we're going to be dangerous. And did y'all see the customs in the Sunday night game?
Let's go.
Who's he talking about in particular? Because I know he does the customs. I don't know what player it is, though.
Yeah, I mean,
we can look it up after. I'm
just let us know which particular player. But, yeah, I mean, we definitely was tuned into the game. You know I was tuned into the game.
Yesterday?
Yeah,
it actually was a good game till the third quarter.
Yeah, to the fourth quarter. Yeah.
The combo of I guess it was end of third quarter when the Colts literally started fumbling it away, and Matt Ryan was throwing picks all over the place.
It went nuts, bro. Yeah. But it was a good weekend. Come on, man. You know it was a good weekend, man. It was a good weekend, man. All my teams just check. It was good, man. Good. Now I just need to see where Odell going. You going with the Star or the Charging Buffalo? Which one? Either way, I'm winning.
I mean, all signs are pointing to Cowboys. But you're actually thinking Buffalo's in the mix now again. I thought it was Cowboys and Giants. But now it's back to Buffalo?
Well, because he took a visit to Buffalo as well. He took the visit to Buffalo. That was Thursday or Friday.
Oh, really?
There. Yeah, that was just recent.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he went Giants first, Buffalo, Dallas is today. Today's Monday, yeah.
Why do I feel like if he goes to the Cowboys, he'll mess everything up? But if he goes to Buffalo, I think he'd fit in.
Yes. I think
Buffalo would be like
fit.
the Rams last year.
Yes. I feel like Buffalo's the Rams. If he goes to Dallas, it's going to be like Cleveland. I feel like they're going to treat him like in Cleveland. Absolutely. Yep.
So I hope he goes to the Cowboys.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
I'm sorry.
That's crazy, Deke. Like,
I'm
bro,
sorry, dude.
Why has it got to be like that?
I don't need other AFC teams getting help.
The Bills are doing what they're supposed to. Remember, we needed them to beat the Patriots. They did that, didn't they? They ain't how you feeling good on Thursday night?
We can't be having them get too powerful. No, I don't want that.
Come on, Deke.
Because the Steelers might be playing them in the playoffs here once we sneak in.
Yeah, or not, because they'll be the 1 seed and we don't have to worry about that because we'll be the 4th because we're going to win our division. Yeah.
Ooh. That's going to depend on the Bengals.
That'll be tough. That takes a lot of effort. I'm not going to go there. Yeah.
That's going to need the Bengals to collapse here. I don't know if the Bengals are going to collapse. I think our best effort's the wild card. We're going to need like the Dolphins and Jets and Chargers and all those type of teams to lose. Yeah.
But either way, you want Buffalo to have Odell, man.
I don't know about that.
At least it's just
Giants would have been nice. Go back home, a little neutral.
Yeah.
I think he could disrupt the Cowboys and just their flow.
He was sabotaging.
Because they got a good thing going on the ground.
I feel like he was sabotaging. Because you're going to want to feed
him.
Don't
you? He probably has a different outlook. He's got his Super Bowl already with the Rams.
It's Dallas, though. Jerry's going to be pumping that. That's the other difference. You go to Buffalo, man, you're not hearing Buffalo going to be hyping them up over Diggs or Allen.
They already got it, right? Man. Like, because there's still question marks about Dak Prescott. Can he win the big game? Whereas, like, we know what Josh Allen is. Yeah. We know it's him and Diggs. They got a system. So it's like your goal when you go there is to not screw it up.
Yep.
Like, bro, just get in
line
and
in
let's
Dallas,
do this
you're
stuff.
like, what do I need to do? Because clearly y'all can't get over the hump. How can I help this? Maybe y'all need to target me more. You know? So,
what were we talking about there?
That was 828 Styles. Because he talked about the customs.
And
Yeah,
we talked about the Sunday night game.
yeah. So we just said, if he puts it back.
Andy was talking about getting all 4 quarters together though too.
Oh yeah, heck yeah,
100%. You can see it every game. It's we slip up in a quarter or two, and that's what makes these games close.
Yeah.
But we're dominant in certain quarters,
Yeah.
whether it's offense or defense. Yo Young, I'm on the trade Deontay for a pick and get Addison. I guess he's on that train.
All right. I can dig it.
I guess it's a thing.
It seems like it, man.
I'm on the keep Deontay, and if Addison's there in the second round and our cornerback and O-line targets are already gone, why not? Why not? We saw what that type of connection looks like up with the Bengals. What other college connections out there? Everyone talks about the Burrow Chase.
Man.
Is there another one?
I don't know. I'm just like,
That's the main one.
We just can't be happy running the ball. We not gonna be happy running the ball. That's what it sounds like.
I am happy running the ball.
We're not happy running the ball. We're not. I know it. We say we got
I'm
rid of
very happy running the ball.
We moved from Chase, and it was like, yo, everything started to pick up. Oh, we also started to see Kenny's attempts go down as well. We started to see rushing attempts increase, man. Like, yo, we good. I get it, though. I get it. He is exciting. Oh, yeah, and shout out to Jeff F. He says Waddle and Tua.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm just thinking, dude, I don't think it doesn't have to take away from our run game.
It's going to take away from the run game. You know why? Because now instead of us running the ball with Gentry, Muth, and Watt.
Or Hayward,
we're running that ball.
I'm liking Hayward, dude.
Yeah, but you can't have a Hayward or Watt or Gentry and Muth out there when you have an Addison, Pickett, and Deontay.
Fine. I guess we got to just be
what I'm
happy
saying?
with Calvin Austin.
That's what I'm like. I'm like, bro, this is a little different, man. And even with Calvin, it's like Calvin, he's not like hopefully he'll develop and do all that, but even coming into next season, he's not going to have that. He's the first rounder, he's the second rounder, and we got to find a way to feature him. We're going to air this thing out. Like, nah.
Might even be better because he'll be
That's
flying
what
under
I'm
the radar.
saying. Yeah.
But he's got big time speed.
Right. But it's like, man, I feel like we finally are building something nice. We finally are heading in a direction that makes sense for where we are at right now. If Kenny was 2 years into this thing or 3 years and we're like, yo, he's definitely the guy that, man,
Okay,
you
maybe
need
we
more
trade
weapons,
for
let him
Addison
throw it.
after a year or two. How about that?
Fair.
Well, because Deontay's contract might be up too. Well,
because he
I'm
did
telling
2
you,
years.
no one's going to want to trade Addison after a year or two, though.
Yeah.
Although we traded Claypool. I don't know.
Fair enough.
Maybe Addison's fit with whatever team he goes to isn't really there.
You never know.
We just got to keep our finger on the pulse, though. Khan's smart. He'll know what to do.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Just trust in Khan.
He'll know what to
Omar
do.
the GOAT.
Next one, Stan Claire has joined the upper room.
Man, shout out to Stan Claire and welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Excuse me. And we greatly appreciate your support as well.
I get what you're saying about the Addison stuff, though, because
And shout out to all the members as well, man. All the upper roomers in the building, man. Salute each and every one of y'all, too, man.
What's funny is
forget y'all.
we got way worse as a receiving core going into Ben's second year. We lost Plexico Burress, and I don't even think we replaced him with anyone. Cedric Wilson is who it was.
Okay.
So he was our number 2. It was Hines Ward, Cedric Wilson, and Randall L. Terrible receiving core. Still won a Super Bowl.
It's not the nicest.
Still a Super Bowl. But it's kind of to your point, though, of just like young quarterback. I don't know if we need to go all out in terms of receiver weapons like that. If we do have our identity running the ball and we can have a good defense, you can win. And if Pickett can just clutch up, make good decisions, make big throws when needed, which is what he's proving to us thus far, if we don't got to go crazy. I get your point. I'm not going to lie. I still... If he's on the board, you know I'm going to be thinking.
No, I definitely get it. I do. But that was like the big reason why I'm just like, I don't think we have to worry receivers right now. Like, man, protect him. Keep this running game, though. I feel like that's his asset. That running game, offensive line, because he's good enough to hit all these other throws. He can make all that, but you just don't want him doing it 40 plus or 50 times. And that was what we were having too much of at the beginning of the year, right? Versus now, since the bye, it's been a lot of 30 and unders. And you could just see how much more efficient he is, how clean he is on his reads, the no turnovers and all that. I don't think that it's a surprise that he hasn't been turning the ball over because we've been cutting down on those attempts and just keeping him out of harm's way. And sometimes, man, you just got to do that, even if it's not what we think is the best course of action. Because like you said, you probably still think that he can go out there and throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns this week. You know I'm going to have a difference of opinion on that. So this is like that best way that, hey, we don't have to see if he can or can't do what you think he's capable of. This still protects him, though. He can still be
the run game's
really
having
good.
success.
Yeah.
If we can keep doing this, I'm not complaining at all. I could care less. Let's just win games.
Facts.
And what's funny, though, too, hold on. This whole Addison drafting a receiver timeline with a young quarterback, after Ben's second year, that's when we got Holmes. That's when we started to build it up a little bit more. Holmes, Hines Ward, then we had like a Nate Washington in there. So maybe there's a certain flow to some of this stuff. At least this is just going with the Steelers. I guess every team can have their own thing because we see with Burrow, Bengals didn't care. They just drafted Chase in his second year. Sean McCartney, if we keep Deontay, we need to get him a sponsorship or something for new gloves. Also, install a GPS in his helmet to find the end zone.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's still the one, they said it was like most yards without having a touchdown pass just yet. Or a touchdown reception just yet.
Yeah, he was close.
Yeah. This going to happen, though, man.
He had that almost really dope one against the Jets with Mitch. That would have been sick.
Yeah. It'll happen, though, man. You know, and Deke, you've talked about this before, man. Sometimes touchdowns are just it's weird like that, man.
Julio Jones, I think, won a season where he only had like one or two touchdowns.
It is super weird like that, man.
Still had a ton of yards.
Yeah, I know. I definitely know what you're talking about. Yep. Because it was like, yo, man, why does every time the field gets condensed, they're not getting Julio the ball? Like, why can't you throw it to him? And it was like, yo, like, Julio don't suck in the red zone, but why don't he have touchdowns in the red zone? Yeah, I'm with you. It was crazy.
Kyle Gunther. Yeah, because having Deontay over these last couple, he's had like 8, 9, or 10. Different quarterback, too. I mean, if it's Ben, maybe it is a little bit different story, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. As long as he's getting consistent production, the big deal to me is just him dropping the ball. But again, he's still doing many other good things where I still feel like we need him for this offense, and I don't want to get rid of him at all.
And I ain't gonna lie, I know we talk about Pickens and the dog in him, but you watch Deontay as well, man. Deontay, he got that in him as well. I see him make some of them plays, man. He put that little chest up. I'm like, all right, bro, you better hold it down for them buck 90s out there, man. Yeah. Throw that, you know what I'm saying? He be flexing that thing. It ain't a lot to flex, but he be flexing it. I respect that, man. Like, I like him. I like his game a lot.
I think we got a good crew.
I tend to be a little more consistent, but I like his game, man.
Yeah. Despite the drop, I think he's got the right mentality.
You know, we already said, we know what it is. You know, it's like it. It just ain't like it. But it's like it. But it ain't like it. Yeah. It's just like the water
he ain't
down.
even Holmes yet, though.
Yeah, that's like I said. It's like super watered down, but it's like you see the resemblance in terms of the route running, the ability to get the separation. When he's catching, it's like, yo, he catches that rock. But it's super duper watered down because it's not nowhere near as consistent as what that was, which we all know.
Yeah, he was basically 100% on balls thrown his way. That was catchable. Like, he's going to catch it.
Yeah,
9.9 out of 10. Whereas Deontay's like at a
6.5,
6 or 7 out of 10.
Which is
that's not good.
Yeah, that's for that level. That's a drop off. You know. But that also was more so a testament to how great AB was during that time, man.
Yeah. Kyle Gunther has just given us some support.
Shout out to the homie Kyle Gunther, man. We definitely appreciate you, man. Absolutely.
AJ Martinez, master. Going to another class and working on another last paper. I thought of taking my daughter to Hawaii after she graduates.
Dude, that'd be dope, man. Shout out to the dad move if you do that, man. I would like that a lot. And shout out to you finishing up, man. You know, last class, knocking out another paper. Yeah, that is the beauty of school, bro. Paper, especially on the holidays. That's what I like to do to you, Deke. Ugh. Do you miss that?
School?
Yeah.
No, I hated school.
I did too.
No.
I don't like it.
Can't stand
school. I get it. It's one of those things, like, I get the purpose of it.
I was good at school, too.
But I just
didn't like it.
Yep.
I don't know who this is from. KP8 will be a bad dude.
8-2-8 style.
Yeah. He says, you can see it, but it's given that he will have 2 misses every game. I think the glove causes it.
Hey, son. Now, he a Nike dude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was about to say, maybe it's the gloves, but no, it's the
it's
brand. It's not the brand. He wear Nike. I'm a Nike dude. You know, I'm loyal. I'm loyal to the check. I'm sorry, guys.
It's not the gloves. He's just, he missed a throw or two.
He's like, yeah.
And he needs to get better with that. I think we all agree.
Or put on cutters. Cutters give you better grip. That's what DeAndre Hopkins wore.
You know what? I forget what interview I was listening to. Something popped up on my TikTok or Instagram, but they actually asked him why the gloves. And I think he only started doing it midway through college. And he uses different style of gloves, actually.
Okay.
I think depending on the weather or whatnot. He says earlier in the season he'll use the gloves that don't have as much grip.
Okay, like the leather ones.
Yeah, and then I think later on then he'll
goes to the patent leather.
Yeah, especially if it's rainy and the weather starts getting bad.
Probably flip-flopping there. he would probably go patent leather when it's dry. The leather when it gets like the one that Ben will wear in the end of the year, because that's typically the one that you do for like the conditions and stuff.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Because that patent leather, when that thing get dampened anyway, oh man, them things is useless.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, maybe it is then.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
it
that's
is
why
opposite.
like when it's raining, you'll see guys when they take their gloves off, where they'll switch to like the non-shiny palm. It's like a leather, like old school leather, but that's why. So it's probably that if he was doing it like that, because that's why you'll see Seven always wear like the dry leather looking one.
Okay.
Yeah, just better with the grip.
Q. I wonder what Moats sounds like when he sings "Happy Birthday" to his kids. Is it as soulful?
It is. You know, we always have a love-hate relationship with the singing of happy birthdays in our household, though. Just our different upbringings. You know, I'm from a upbringing where birthdays are like national holidays. So you can only imagine the turn up for said birthday. It has to be that everybody sing like we the Georgia Mass Choir out here. You know what I mean? Like to that level. That's the energy that my upbringing set. Okay. Wifey, she comes from a very different, a more reserved and calm way of celebrating birthdays, where it's not always about the singing. It's not always about the big shebang and all that.
Just something low key and thoughtful.
Yeah. So you can only imagine, like, we always have little difficulties in terms of birthday, because I'm like, no, bro, it's my birthday, it's your birthday, it's his birthday. Like, we all the way there. Like, gotta be the biggest, the best. I don't care. Oh, I'm just turning 26 this time. It's just the best birthday ever. Let's turn up. Whereas for her, it's like, nah, man, unless it's a milestone. Every birthday milestone, man. Come on. So that's, you know, when I think of the birthday situation and I think of them singing them songs, I'm like, yeah, it's always a dilemma. Because we be over here like, is you singing today? Oh, is this going to be on me today? It's a solo act? Or we a duet? How we doing this thing? So, yeah.
AJ Martinez just says, no, 5-5. LOL. I don't know what that means.
No, I think he was saying when I was asking, was he going to leave me? Did he leave me to go to Hawaii? He was like, no, 5-5, no.
Makes
With
sense.
the LOL on it. Yeah.
828 style. Moat's got that Roseanne bar sound.
I don't even know what that is, but I hope she sound lit, though. I hope she fire.
The
Is she
chick from
dope?
Roseanne?
That's her last name? I never know
think
it's her
it
last
is.
name.
I think it
oh,
is.
I was.
think
I
it's
know
her
Roseanne. I just never know her last name. Yeah. Is that her last name for real?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, shout out to Roseanne then. Maybe I do sound like her then. Yeah.
Does she sing? I don't know.
I don't know. I never actually watched the show like that. I just know it's Roseanne. All right. You know what? We got a computer. I should Google it, but I ain't gonna mess up. I'm gonna just stay focused.
We can check it out after.
Yeah.
Sean McCartney. They should play Renegade the whole fourth quarter.
I would be up for that. And also Mitchell Mania. Hope you have a good rest of your day. I knew you had to tap out this name, and we appreciate you though. But yeah. In terms of playing Renegade the whole fourth quarter, hey man, it still moves the needle. That's one of them things, man. And it's always funny to me as well when we have these conversations, whether it's on social media or like media, people will bring up, oh man, why they even play Renegade? Maybe they shouldn't play Renegade anymore, man. They don't need to play that anymore. And then you actually get in the stadium and Renegade drops and you see how everybody there reacts. I'm like, man, yeah, Renegade is one of them ones. You played as much as we need it to be played, man. So yeah. But I do think they got to time it up better though, Deke. I'm with you on that. You can't. It's cool every once in a while for special teams Renegade. It's cool. But that was not what it was designed for. It's designed for the killers. It's designed for the goons and the goblins. You know what I mean? Now, granted, them dudes on specialists, they goons and goblins, but they baby goons and goblins. They goons and goblins in training. Once you get out there on that D, that's where he's like, okay, they really, really like that. All right, so yeah, man, drop it for the real ones.
Okay.
You don't think TJ Watt want to hear his Renegade drop? Play his hit music. Come on, man.
We're getting some context for Roseanne here. They're saying she sang the national anthem and got booed off stage.
Oh, y'all trying to play with me, man? No, don't do me like that.
Her national anthem is considered the worst ever and actually offended the entire country. LOL.
No. That's what's the track dude? You saw he sung it for a basketball game. It was terrible. Oh,
who did they laugh? Oh, Fergie. Didn't they do it at the All-Star game?
Yeah, with Draymond and them. Fergie was terrible. Fergie was bad. But it was a dude. Oh my God, was it? Bro, what was the dude's name? He was a track runner, and they had him singing at somebody's game. Oh my gosh, he was terrible though. Now I'm stuck. Oh man, I can't remember right now. But yeah, them national anthem ones are bad. I'm not that bad. I seen Carl Lewis. That was the name. Shout out to Sam Gale, King Maine, Vegas TJG. Carl Lewis. He was absolutely horrendous, bro. I'm way nicer than him. I don't care what no one say. I'm way nicer than him, bro. You got to just say, yeah, man. Come on, man. What you doing, bro?
I need to watch that Carl Lewis.
No, you're supposed to just blind faith be like, yep, you're right, Moats. So, yeah, Deke, I'm nicer than him, man. I'm way nicer than Carl Lewis, right?
No, I think if you took your performance you just did today and translated it to the national anthem, I think it'd be solid.
Okay.
I think it'd be a good turnout. I think it'd be people applauding you.
Would I have the people like ready for the game? Would they be fired up when I'm like,
yeah,
you know, that last note?
That's all you can ask for.
Yeah, okay.
Seriously.
Okay.
Stang Mang, 21. Want to shout out Naji.
Let's go.
Bro, Deke and TG were getting me heated playing with his name. When Najee's coming off 300 or 400-yard games. As DJ said, stop playing with him.
Stang, man, I'm with you. Because I was too. I was like, yo, why y'all keep going on Naji? Like, y'all just going on him like that, man. I ain't like that all the way, man. But I didn't really know how to express it because he wasn't giving me enough firepower to back it. But now I got ammo. So you already know. Next, oh, baby, I can't wait. I'm pulling cases on everybody. Deuce in the house.
Like I said, I'm a big man. I will apologize. But I do have a defense to mine, as I think TG went a little too far.
TG was trying to trade him 2 weeks
ago.
ago.
I still wanted Naji on the roster. I wanted him to get healthy.
T wanted him gone 3 weeks ago.
It just wasn't as good as what we saw from Snell and Warren at times. That's all. Yeah. But now, Naji, he silenced me. We're rolling with them rest of the season. RB1. Yeah, certified.
Like, bro.
No question.
You saw the stiff arm. Which other running back on our roster is doing that?
That was vintage stiff arm.
Which other running back on our roster is giving you that? That was like the...
It looks so much worse in slow motion, too.
Bro, it was the Takanamba. That's what it was at the end of the name of. It was beautiful, bro. I just... When we saw that, everybody jumped up. I was like, oh, God, Naji's back, Lord. We all went crazy, man. And then he almost tripped over himself. I'm like, God dang, Naji, be an athlete. Come on, baby. Don't you do that now. Don't you do that. Don't you do that. But yeah, man.
He did that another play, too. And Pickett did it on that rollout. I was like,
bro, what are we doing? Like,
tripping over themselves on that turf.
Up, man. Come on. Yeah.
Steve Brooks joined the upper room.
Oh, shout out to the homie Steve Brooks, and welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And we do greatly appreciate you, man, from the heart. Absolutely.
Hold on, let me get caught up here. Next one, Yo Young. Deontay gone. Addison in use. Okay, here it is. Here's what he's trying to say. Deontay gone. Addison in. Use extra cap for re-signs.
Thank you so much, D. You make it so much easier. This is the thing I be realizing, man. Well, we'll be having to read these things off sometimes, man. It is a lot easier when it's another person just to help piggyback and process that. Because I read it at first. I'm like, bro, I don't know what he just said. I was lost, but now I was found. I appreciate you, man. But no, I want Deontay to stay. I like Deontay, but I do get it, though, man. Because Addison is dope. Addison is an exciting player, man. They have a lot of similarities. And like you said, Deke, Addison does look like he has a little bit more of the deep threat, explosive, take the top off ability. So I get all those things, man. I definitely do. But I like what we got right now, man. I do. And I don't want us to miss out on building this offensive line up. Potentially building the secondary up again, you know, with some pieces, because we're trying to get a Jordan Addison in the first or second.
We can't do it all. There's a way we could do it all.
I know you want to do it all. I know, man. I know.
Cornerback and lineman.
I know.
2 picks. Maybe pick up another one in free agency or something.
We're gonna have the Pro Bowl roster. I know. By the end of the year, we're gonna have a Pro Bowl roster.
Here's what'll make things easier if Addison just goes in the first round and we can't get him.
Because you don't want to even have to deal with the thought.
Yeah, I think that'd be easier.
Deke said, don't put it. Deke said, I know myself. I can't pass on that if that's available to me. So don't even have it out there for me. Just take the option away from Deke.
And it's probably going to happen because receivers are going way higher than usual in the draft. So as long as he's a top 3 or 4 receiver in the he'll go first round.
Bro, you just so consistent though with your self-awareness. I love your self-awareness. Deke said, yo, already just have somebody else just pick them.
Like, even if he's available in the first round and we have that late first round pick that I want.
Just somebody.
I'll even be thinking it then.
He said, just take him off my hands, please. I can't help myself. Hey, Deke, you a smart man. All right. Self-aware. That's what you got to be in life, man. Self-aware. There's plenty of times, man, I'll be like, yo, man, I can do it. No, I can't. I mean, just don't even give me the option because I know I'm going to mess this up. Don't even give me the option.
Yeah,
I'm with you,
make
bro.
him available for
Don't even
trade.
give me the option.
Yeah. Maybe Addison and whatever team he goes to. Make sure it's not a good fit. He doesn't get the ball enough. Their quarterback sucks.
Slightly disgruntled, but productive enough, though.
In a year or two. Yeah.
Slightly disgruntled, but productive enough. Yep. That's funny, bro. Jeez.
Late night snack. Thoughts on Sims if him and Austin and George develop?
I mean, Sims is exciting. Sims is our this year version of like a Ray McLeod. I love his energy. I love the mentality that he plays with, the confidence that he plays with. Still can be better technically in terms of like his fundamentals. We talked about the punt. Deke brought it up, right? I laughed about it, but no, in all seriousness, yeah, you got to have better mechanics right there. And he understands that, but also the good mechanics was why he was able to get the ball back. Because what did we talk about when it was Deontay? You drop that ball outside the framework on a punt. When that ball bounces, it's going every which way. The chance of you recovering is slim to none. When you're in the framework of it, shoulders square up on that ball. When you drop it, it's going to fall where? Right in front of you, like it did. And he was able to fall down on that thing, man. It's just a higher percentage if you mess up. If you don't catch it, it just gives you more margin for error, right? We always talk about offense. We don't have a large margin error, but from a fundamental standpoint, Steven Sims, because he's so good in that vein, he does create a larger margin of error for himself. So pro and con right there with that. But yeah, man, I think that Steven could continue to develop. I just don't know what the long-term role for him would be, though. Like, do you see him, if Calvin Austin is healthy, we try to lean more him versus a Calvin? Because to me, I think they would lean more Calvin because of the speed and the fact that he's a draft pick. When we talk Sims role versus, I'm trying to think who else.
I think Sims could be our DHB for the future.
Yeah.
Have him in on our special teams guy, punt returns.
Right,
and then he could be our fourth or fifth receiver. Solid guy
Yeah.
in case anyone gets hurt. That Pickett can rely on, that has somewhat of a connection with. Like Ben had a little bit of connection, even though he wasn't on the field that much with DHB. But whenever he got there, there were some plays that would happen.
Yeah. So I would think more of that. Definitely, I would love to keep him on special teams, though. I think him as a returner, I think he brings a certain excitement. I love his toughness. So I would definitely like him there. But with Calvin, I don't know. I think Calvin can still give I want to see what he's capable of giving us at wide receiver before I put what he could do or this and that. Just like, let me just see what it is, because that can still be very intriguing because of the speed. And there was a reason why we drafted him when we drafted him.
Dudes up
yeah,
too,
absolutely.
It's not like it's just straight line speed. He has some good route running.
So for me, man, it's like I want to see that, man. I do. And Jim Hines, I do see what you said, that he could take over Gunner's spot. Yeah, but technically right now, what is Gunner's spot? Gunner covers kicks. Gunner gets tackles on special teams, or Gunner's the jet sweep guy, unless they're using Steven Sims there. So, yeah. Even with that, I'm like, Steven Sims is more of a return man, not a guy that's going to cover a kick.
We're in a decent spot right now.
Yeah, we are. It's a good problem to have, though, because we do have a lot of body types that we feel can be productive. And it's more so now we're kind of like nitpicking and saying, okay, well, do we like what this guy may give you upside special teams versus this guy give you more upside as a receiver, where this guy gives you more upside in terms of the versatility to do all of those things, but maybe not great at either one. So, hey, I don't think it's a bad scenario, however we ended, with these guys, because they're all really talented. But this is a part of that transition that we're in right now. We're trying to figure out who are going to be the guys that we build long term with, who are going to be the guys that we say we can put this guy in pin right here. He's going to be here for the next couple of years. Like, we want this part. That's what we're going through. That's what we're figuring out right now. So hopefully for Calvin, man, when he does get an opportunity, he can hop on that moving train, obviously to be in the off season, but to see what that looks like, because Steven Sims, he is getting a lot of positive equity built up right now. Everything that he does positive in stadium, when it's the off season next year, when it's OTAs next year, you know what they're going to be remembering? Well, this guy made some plays in Atlanta. This guy made some plays against Tampa. This guy made some plays against this team. Whereas with Calvin Austin, it's going to be, you got to start making your plays now, because what we're seeing is just you doing it on the practice field. We've already seen this guy actually do it in the game versus NFL talent on a Sunday. Just night and day. So,
I'm surprised this dude showed his face.
Uh-oh.
I haven't heard from him all day. Big Noriega.
Yo.
He says the Kenny hater.
Shout out to he didn't go with the was it Big Noriega, Jenny Pickett, and all the other stuff. So shout out to Big Noriega today, man.
He says, "Hey, my guys, Kenny a backup at best." See, yep, I could see why the chat don't like Big Noriega.
Hey, but the one thing I
It's
will
a bad
say
take.
is this, though.
That's a bad take, my friend.
We all have takes. We all have opinions. I just like the fact that you stand by your take, man. Don't allow anybody over here to have you wavering. I don't know how long you've been following, but for Deke swear up and down that Ben Roethlisberger was the greatest quarterback to ever play the game of football.
Is. What do you mean?
You see what I'm saying?
Is.
So he don't allow anyone to change his opinion. Don't allow no one to change your opinion, man. If you think that Kenny is a backup at best, man, you hold strong. You plant that Kenny the backup quarterback at best flag, all right? Because Deke for certain going to say that Ben Roethlisberger is the greatest quarterback ever.
We'll see when Pickett's holding up that Lombardi if he sticks with that take, though. That's when I'll be really impressed if he wants to.
Now, wait a minute.
Wait
a minute now. Because Brady got a lot of Lombardis, but you don't call him the GOAT, though.
He's not. Fake up.
See, so why is it that
Cheating.
if Kenny wins the Lombardi, now this going to change?
He's
That's
saying
all I'm
backup,
saying.
though. Obviously, if you win a Super Bowl, you're better.
So
If you win a Super Bowl, you're better than a backup.
So if you win 7, that means you're the GOAT? That means you're the GOAT?
Huh?
So if you win 7, you're not the GOAT?
Cheated. Lot of things. Cheated. Lot of things in his favor throughout his career. A lot of things. Easiest division of all time. There's so many things. I go through a list.
Like I said, man, don't let nobody change your opinion on Kenny, Big Noriega. Don't let nobody change it. All right.
Kaza has joined the upper room.
Shout out to Kaza and welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And we greatly appreciate you. Also, the Barbarian, shout out to you as well, because you know you from the crib and there's always big love down there. But he also says we need to hit that like button. So make sure we all take a moment in time to hit the like button. Subscribe if you have not subscribed. Notification bell as well. But yeah, man.
828 Style says this is in response to his custom cleats. He says all of the coaches customs for both sides. Maybe is he talking about the Cowboys? Because then he says Lamb, so I guess CD Lamb.
No, so let's pull up CD though. Pull up CD real quick.
All right. What's it called? My Cause, My Cleats.
Yeah, or just pull up CD Lamb from the game last night. Just CD Lamb, Cowboys, Colts picture or something like that.
I'm gonna type in CD Lamb Cause Cleats.
Yeah.
Colts.
And then you get like an image or something.
Okay, here it is.
Let's see your work, 828. Let's see your work.
This is on like Yahoo.com, dude.
Oh, no, it's legit.
You're getting some big time press. NFL Networks, Andrew Siciliano reveals Cowboys wide receiver CD Lamb's My Cause, My Cleats.
Here we go.
It's for the Boys and Girls Club of America.
Shout out to the Boys and Girls Club of America.
This is a video showing
That's
the
an ad right there.
stupid ads here.
Yeah.
All right, here it is.
Ooh, okay.
Let's get these closed captions off. Oh, those are hard.
I see the hand, the Boys and Girls Club logo on the inner side. Okay.
Yeah,
that was clean.
What is that like? I don't even know what you'd call this. It almost looks like lightning, kind of, from my vantage point.
Oh, in terms
like
of the background, the backdrop.
It's either like a lightning or like a water.
Yeah, like in the background.
It's sweet, whatever it is.
Dope.
It's appealing to the eye.
And it's dope because of how it meshes well with the check, the Nike check that you see, along with, like I said, the Boys and Girls Club logo. Now, you killed them, man.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah, I like that, man. Shout out to you,
he says
though, man.
etc. So maybe there's even more.
Shout out. Let's go.
Mike Hood, you're being punked, Moats. Man, Moats is being him. Roseanne can't sang to. She was drunk or high during that rendition of the national anthem.
Yeah, they tried to get me, Mike, but we researched it, and like I said, I'm up there with like the Whitney Houstons of national anthems. Okay, that's who I sing my national anthem like. Y'all heard me, like Whitney. It's the greatest of all time when she sang the national anthem.
David Dupree. Mm-hmm. How are there only 148 likes with 500 plus people in here?
See?
Please hit the like. Thanks, everyone.
Y'all heard what the man said? Shout out to DD Smalls, by the way. Hit the like button, man. And it's not just for us, it's for y'all. It's to let people know that y'all rocking with what y'all feel like is dope. So yeah, man, hit that like button, man. We appreciate you though. From the heart. How
about this one? Farron Bradford, 88 gonna be scary in a few years. How about now?
Mm-hmm.
It's probably like a top 6 or 7 tight end at least. That might be on the low end. I mean, we could go through some tight end rankings right now. 6 or 7 at least.
You good, man. You good.
Dude, he's probably on pace for like 700 or 800 yards right now.
All good, man.
It's flying under the radar. Like, that's good for a top-tier tight end.
I'm with you, bro. All right. All good, man. All good,
Who
man.
do we got to go through here? Kittle,
All good. All
Mark
good.
Andrews,
All good, man. All good. You just be like quick to just
Travis
label that thing like,
Kelce.
yo, he's top 5. I'm like, yo, god dang, we just drop it on there like
I said
that.
6 or 7. I didn't go top 5. Kittle, Kelce, Waller's hurt. I'm not going to put him over Waller, though. I'll stay with Waller. That's 4. Might be a drop-off after that.
It's 6:04. I'm not gonna go down there with you today. But he is definitely
Goddard,
in the conversation.
You definitely got to consider
He's a
Goddard.
really good player. Dawson Knox, he's a really good player. Dawson Knox, second contract guy, bro. What are we talking about here?
Oh, no, you're bringing up Knox.
That's what I just said.
I'll take Moose.
Cool.
I mean, Moose in that, he's definitely top 10 right now, for sure.
All I said was you put
7,
the label
8,
of saying
6,
6.
something like that.
When you say a
6 or
number
7,
like that, I'm
it's
just
a
like,
7.
bro, it's gonna be some debatable. It's gonna be some ones where we like, yo, it ain't that cut and dry. That's all.
Man, I would love to look up tight end stats right now, but maybe save that for another day. But no, he's good right now.
He's balling. Yeah, he's still doing good though.
Yeah.
He's
He
still
could
doing
hit
good.
his potential.
Yeah.
Hopefully sooner rather than later. I don't know if that's gonna be within a year, within 2 years, but we see it's all there.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that it? No, we got some more.
How did you feel though about him not getting as many targets in the second half though compared to the first?
I think it goes back to the flow of the game.
Good with it. Okay.
I don't know if the Falcons started honing in on Muth because he was carving up the Falcons defense in the first half.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I want him to get as many targets as possible. I want Pickens to get as many targets as possible. Same with Deontay. Yeah. But if it's just not there, like, why force it? And it goes back to everything we talked about, the offense and the lull in the second half. I just feel like it's overblown.
Yeah. For sure. I was just wondering. Yeah.
That's
my to me,
thoughts
when I saw it early on, I was like, yo, I like the run out there and all the other stuff. But then it was like, dang, we ain't really use him. But the flow in the second half was just...
Yeah, I do wonder if they started double-teaming Muth or something.
Yeah, I haven't watched the All-22 just yet to even see that, but yeah, it could probably be any of that type of stuff. Yeah, I was just wondering, though.
And then we were still having running success in the second half, too.
Yeah, we were.
AT, are the fans who turned on Naji fake fans? No one gives him the benefit of the doubt when it came to a horrible line in OC, but we do it for Kenny.
Uh-oh.
Listen,
AT, you asked us some questions that I don't think Deke want to answer today.
Whatever I say are the realest takes, so it's impossible.
I was at the say.
No, not at all. Listen, hold on, time out. We did give Najee the benefit of the doubt throughout the season with the run game and the O-line because the O-line was bad, especially early on in the year. He was running into brick walls. We were saying that. But we also said he ain't looking right in and of his own right. And then when the O-line started to get a little bit better, he still wasn't looking right in and of his own right. And Jalen Warren was looking like the better back. And then in the Colts game, we had Benny Snell come in, and he looks better than Najee as soon as he comes in.
And then y'all was like, we could throw Master T and Benny Snell and Jalen Warren out there, and that'll be just as productive, if not better, than Najee this week. That was where y'all was like really going off.
I felt that way for sure for the Falcons game. Honestly, if we would have given Benny Snell all those carries, I do think we would have had success in the ground game.
I would agree.
Falcons' run defense isn't that good.
I would agree.
That's why I was a little intrigued by it.
Yeah.
No, I'm the realest fan out there, so no.
That is pretty
Can we
funny.
say I turned on Najee? I don't think I did.
You were flirting with it. It looked like it was dicey.
I just felt like he was hurt. He's not himself. I wanted our running game to be better.
It just looked kind of dicey. It looked like you were moving on.
These clowns ripping on Pickett, I mean, it's absolutely absurd how far they've taken their takes. All I'm saying was I'd like our running game to be a little bit better. Najee doesn't look like himself. That's all. It's the realest take you can get.
I just love how you remember things. I'm like, yeah, that's I don't remember going like that, but all right. All right. If that's how you wanted to go. Yep. It was just like that. Yep.
Lou boy, what pass the Sims y'all speak of? The Sims pass I seen was low.
Ooh.
Through the air, it dropped drastically. Huh?
He's saying that it wasn't a drop. He's saying that it was a weak arm throw. That's what he say. That's what he say.
I'm not saying it was a drop. It was a tough catch, but
how'd you feel about the placement of the ball?
Looked like an unreal throw to me.
All right.
You don't think?
Oh, I haven't looked at it to that extent. I've seen like the regular cop. I got to go back and look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? But initially, I felt like it was good though. Yeah, tough catch regardless because of like where it was at. You're obviously trying to not put too much air on it and things. But I would need to, like I said, see the all 22 to see what was all the factors at play. Was there a safety nearby to that extent that he felt like he needed to put it in a certain place? I don't know. But I'm gonna find out when I check this tape in a little bit. So yeah.
Dogging him per 36. Deke crossing over like AI in his prime.
Yikes.
Sam Gale.
Yikes.
That's Deke. He been hating on Naji.
Yikes.
Dogging him for 36. Deke hit Naji with the hezzy step back. Jimbo, don't lie.
Yikes. Yikes.
Here's why you can't be doing this to me. Because I have backup takes.
Oh, Lord. He got backup takes.
I said Naji was going to be a top 3 back this season.
You said that in June. And now you switched it up in December.
I feel like he's always been capable of that.
Oh.
He just came in injured.
Oh. Where was this hard stance a week ago? Huh? Where was we at a week ago? Where was this? I believe that he could still be a top 3 back. I
didn't think he was this healthy.
Huh? Why not?
He's as healthy as ever
Why
right
not?
now.
You heard what Ian Rappaport say? Ian Rappaport said, yeah, he should be good. So you should have believed him.
We've been hearing that all season, though.
You're right. We
And
have
it
been
hasn't
hearing
been looking
that.
right.
You're right.
But now in this
You're right.
Atlanta game, now I don't know how much of it was maybe the Falcons' run defense too.
See, now you're trying to minimize it, don't you? Maybe that was why Kenny was able to look so good because it was the Falcons defense.
Nah, he just looked good.
See?
He just looked good. Naji looked good too. Listen, we had a good matchup across the board. I actually no. I think Pickett should have played better. Honestly, yesterday.
Fair.
I do think he should have played better. But again, it goes back to everything we were saying. If we're still talking about things being fixed, like, oh man, Pickett, he probably could have hit 2 or 3 more throws and it could have made a big difference. If we're talking like that and we're still winning, we're in a decent spot.
I would agree. I definitely would.
How long are we going to accept that? Not much longer. It's like Tomlin said, we can't be grading on a curve here. We still need to be winning these games and living up to our capabilities because Pickett's absolutely capable of making some of these throws that he missed. He just missed them.
And
sometimes you're
like
a little
we said,
off.
we've seen him make those exact same ones that he has missed. So I'm with you on that, man. That is funny though.
Okay, we got. Is this AT?
Yes. Should be a couple more, and then we should actually have some time for to hit them lines too, man. Phone lines, not the other lines.
Wait,
Phone
no,
lines.
that was AT.
Yes.
Now we got Lou Boy. What past the Sims y'all speak? No, that was that.
No.
All right,
we
now
should
it's Big Noriega. He says, "Shout out to Moats, trade KP and keep DJ." Are you with that take?
Y'all gotta stop. Don't y'all put me in this violence. That's aggressive. I stand by my clause. I'm team no trade anybody. I don't like to talk about trading guys. I believe in building with the guys we have. So no trade on KP. No trade KP.
Farron Bradford, 88 is top 5 in yards. Just no TDs to match. All right.
Cool.
I got these stats as my ammo here.
That's good, man. That's good.
We do need more touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
That's across the board, though. Every receiver.
Yeah.
Pat, Deontay, Pickens. I think Pickens only has 2 this year.
Yeah. Pickens got a ton of yards, though. Definitely hooping.
Yeah, both him and Deontay, they're around like 500-600.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that's going to play out to at the end of the season. Probably like 800 yards or something, 800-900.
Well, it depends, man, because you look, Deontay has his off of like 60-something receptions because he's more volume but not big play, whereas Pickens is on like 30-something attempts and has that, so about half of it, but he's obviously more of the downfield threat, so I think it just depends on what version of offense we see going forward. I'm leaning more towards Deontay, though, if I had to.
Having more yards?
Yeah, if I had to.
He's starting to build that connection with Pickett. AT, I went to the game, and it was such an epic game to watch. I was 5 rows from the field on the 15-yard line. Seeing Naji's stiff arm and Minka's game-winning pick in front of me was incredible.
That had to be epic.
Sounds like he had the best seats in the house.
Epic. And shout out to all the Steelers fans that were down there in the ATL, man. Y'all never cease to amaze, man. You could hear it, dude. That was a home game for us. I love that, man. Love to see Atlanta. Love to see the Steelers fans take over Atlanta, more importantly, man. So salute to each and every one of y'all that were down there at the game. So, yeah, man.
Lou Boy, 8 looked like he be doing running back drills in the pockets. Huh? I don't like having him go out as a design blocker.
Yeah, I wasn't cool with that either. But he's a young guy.
It's cool. It was like a one-off
he's
whenever he did it in the Saints game. Like, he just took it on his own accord, but it looked like it was designed for him to make the block.
It was definitely designed, and he was eager about it too. And I'm just like, I hate the design, and I hate your eagerness to do this. Stay away from blocking people, Kenny. There's nothing good that's gonna come from that, man. The more you do it, it's gonna catch up to you, baby.
Blue boy, how many games is it going to ball out? The Saints were injured, and ATL defense is trash. He should have had 250, 275 easy with Muth, DJ, 14. Be real, Deke.
Oh, no. But think about it in this sense, man. If we were asking him to do that, I think that his numbers could have reflected that.
Who, Pickett?
Yeah, he's talking about Kenny. Yeah, Kenny Pickett. He's saying, like, because of these defenses, the Saints were injured, Atlanta's defense is not good. He feels like Kenny should have had 250 to 275 with the weapons that we have. If we were asking him to do that, and then that was the design, I think that he could have done that. He
had 300 in that Bengals game.
But at the same time, with that have won the game yesterday, I don't think us throwing the ball for Kenny to get 250 to 275 would have been the recipe for us to beat that Falcons team yesterday, man. So I get it, but at the same time, it's like, man, if they're not asking him to do that, why does he need to go out there and prove that he can do that? If he's showing that he can win you games, what is the purpose of playing football? Is it to just look great at a position, or is it to actually win the game? Because if we're trying to just look great at specific positions, well, we can care less about winning games and just say, hey, throw it every time to Pickens. Eventually, he's going to catch enough of them where you're going to end with a nice stat line, right? And we've seen that before as well, where it's like, bruh, them garbage time numbers, that ain't equate to no dub over there, but it look good at the end of the game, right? Nah, we don't want that. We want to win. And that's what we're getting right now. So I don't think that Kenny's not capable of that. I just don't think that they're asking him to do that, because that's not going to give him the best chance, of this team the best chance to win week in and week out right now.
I think I skipped one. King Whopper says, Moats, would you ever take a job as an LB coach or defensive coach for the Steelers?
Not while my children are young. Nah. Like, it's something that I'm definitely passionate about, and I have the stupid itch. I can't stand myself because I have that itch. I just love football. I'm a junkie to it. So, yeah, I mean, there's plenty of times that I've considered it. There's plenty of times that I've had conversations about it where people want me to do that, but I can't. I got to be home, baby. I got 3 little ones, man. They growing fast on me. So, not while they in the house, man. Nah. But I do appreciate you, though, man.
We all laughed, but the guy who said to cut Deontay at the beginning of the season during the contract dispute was correct this whole time. Cut him. That was Jake Malesio. Where's he at? Is he in the house today?
He's I saw him earlier. He's here. Yeah. That was definitely him, though. That was definitely his move. Yeah.
I can't say that was right, though. Still, I mean, if you're going to get rid of him, you might as well trade him. Get a second-round pick at least.
Yeah. If you're going to move on from him, it's definitely trade, not cut. But
that sets the tone, though. He's trying to set the tone in the locker room.
I don't know. I just feel like if you move on from him, though, right now, or if you would have moved on from him in the offseason, if you didn't bring in a Deontay Johnson-style player, I don't see how that would be beneficial for this team, man. I don't. Deontay win a lot, man. He wins and makes it easy on you. He just don't catch it all the time. But he makes it easy on you so you know where to go with the ball.
Mike Hood. Connor had a TD and Cam was soppy on the sidelines. Cam said he and Connor went to see Papa Hayward grave yesterday morning, and Cam Hayward got the sack too.
Yeah. No, it was that was pretty dope, man. And then I don't know if you saw the video they were showing. I guess like Connor's touchdown was similar to his dad's touchdown or something like that.
I didn't see that.
It was crazy, man. But nah, man, salute them dudes, man. That's dope. And obviously knowing them dudes on a personal level, like, that is really cool to see that type of full circle, and for them to be a chance to, visit their pops and pay respects as well, man. Yeah,
the two brothers on the same team.
Yeah, bro.
One gets a touchdown, one gets a sack. In the place they grew up, where his dad played.
Got to see your pops.
That's crazy.
Yeah, gravesite that morning, like all that type of stuff, man. That's like the human element of it too that I always love, like, because we don't get to highlight or talk about that a lot, but it is good to hear, that they were able to do that, or at least see that, be a part of that. And Jacob Malesio says that he's definitely here. Come on in. Always. He says he always is. He always researching, baby. He in that 919. Always love.
He says cut Deontay in all caps.
He holds true to his stance. See? I like that. I don't care if we don't got to agree with your takes, but just stand true on your take. Deke's take is what? Hey, man, Ben is always going to be the best quarterback regardless of what we see. Jacob's take is going to be what? Hey, man, you got to cut that man, move on from him. All right? Y'all know my take. Patience and give me veteran players over rookies. So, yeah, we're pretty much all on the same page here.
Brilla92. In the spirit of Christmas, here's hoping Santa gifts Deke that Pickett game ward jock to hang next to Ben.
Ew.
But slightly lower cut out of respect.
Oh, y'all wild.
That's pretty funny. Listen, I actually...
Let me hear this one.
I wanted some more from Pickett yesterday. I'm not even going to front, but Pickett's still good. Like I thought he still played good. Like, he's playing winning football.
I would agree.
He's figuring it out,
I would agree, man. I would agree. That was actually pretty funny, though, Brilla92. Shout out. He said just slightly lower, too, man.
It's just there's too many of these clowns out here that are saying Pickett's a backup.
Yeah.
We need to draft a quarterback in this upcoming draft. It's like, what are you talking about, man? Pickett has literally improved every game. I sound like I hate saying it because I sound like a broken record, but it's literally the truth. So I'm going to be out here speaking the truth. He's literally improved every game.
You just keep fighting that fight. I'm with you. You know I'm with you. But just keep fighting it, though, man. Absolutely.
I think people are coming around, though.
They are. But no different than how it took time for them to come around with trusting the process this year.
Closed, I don't want them on.
But it's kind of hard for you to be closing the bandwagon when you just jumped off the Naji bandwagon and now you hopping back on the Naji. You catch my drift? Like, you literally just hopped off the Naji bandwagon a week ago.
That was for the team, though. And I wouldn't even say I hopped off the bandwagon.
You was off. You and TG was like, yep. TG was he was driving it. You was on the bus with him, though. You was up there with him. He was definitely driving it. He was like, yo, we're trading him. I'm taking him to the airport. You didn't go that far, but you were on the bus like, no. Well, I mean, if we're going to go to the airport, I guess I'll ride. That's what you were on. I'm over here like, no, not my baby. No, don't take Naji. No, man, let Naji stay, man. Naji, all right? And y'all over here like, no, he got to go. T said, he got to go. He's not staying here. And you was just rolling with it. You was fine with it, man. You was super cool with it. So, yeah, Deke, man, what's going on, man?
No, I wasn't getting rid of him. Mm-hmm. I just wanted the offense to be better.
Without him.
Right now, I need him to get it healthy. That was the main thing. Because he didn't look like Naji.
Okay.
And if that involves getting Benny Snell and Jalen Warren more carries, it's fine. Pickett makes this offense better.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show.
So Naji don't make this offense better, though. That's what you're telling me.
He does now. So take that for what you will. He does now.
I'm messing
He pulled a Houdini on me.
He did it all of us. Sorry. The same way he pulled the Houdini on you in the sense that your take just looked bad. He made me feel good because it was like, oh, okay, good. I don't got to look like I'm crazy now, Naji. Thank you. So we're good. Either way, we're good, man. Yeah.
TG, I think, has more explaining to do, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'd like to hear what he has to say.
Yes. Please.
I think his take will be, honestly, this is all part of the plan. They're showcasing.
Oh, Lord.
I think that's what his take's going to be.
I'm mad you even said that because now if he does say that, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to start laughing. And he'll be like, what's going on? Deke. That's what I'm going to say. Deke's fault. Yeah. You know he going to say that.
I already apologized, though, too. I already said, maybe I should have given Naji a little bit more credit. Maybe I jumped off a little too quick.
That's all right, man.
Because he was
guess what,
is the most consistent and most stable running back that we have, at least.
But guess what, man?
Even though it didn't look pretty.
Guess what, though, Deke?
Even though it's looked ugly and Naji hasn't looked like himself.
Deke, guess what, Deke?
We can still trust him to
Deke,
get the
guess
job
what?
done, for the most part.
Guess what, though, baby?
What?
The Naji bandwagon is still open, man. You can get back on that thing, baby. We ain't tripping, man. Get back on the train.
I'm in charge of that one, too.
Get back on that thing, man. You ain't tripping, baby. Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm in charge of all these bandwagons.
No harm, no foul, man. We good, baby. Yeah.
Q. Deontay has the same hands as the Butlers from Scary Movie 2.
Bro.
Sorry, I've never seen that one.
I'm
you can't be telling me.
But
you can't be telling me Scary Movie 2 is one that I have to see, though.
It's a part of a franchise that you need to see. Scary Movie.
Oh, come on.
It's like the parodies of all the Scream movies, bro. Like, it's epic. And he's talking about my strong hand. Take my strong hand. It's like, bro, it's life or death. And you got to decide, do I want to touch this underdeveloped, slimy little, like, nubby finger, or do I fall to death? And that's really the scenario right there. It's like, take my strong hand. No, not that one. This one. And you're like, bro, I'm not touching that hand. I can't do it. Nah, But it's a funny movie. It's a parody, though. Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever make it around to that one. So
it's a lot of movies that I'm gonna start giving up hope on you, man. So I'm like, you know what, Deke, just it's certain things in life he just will have to go on without experiencing it. You know what? That's all right, because that is your choice, man. So you're good, man. You're good.
Okay, 624. That was the end of the super
They
chat.
really caught him. They just clowned it. It's all good. Movie references, man. Yeah.
What
You
do we do
really
here?
ain't seen it though?
Scary movie? No. Never
I
seen
low
any
key
of
feel
those.
like 2 is better than 1 too. That's another one of them weird ones. 2 is a little bit better than 1 to me.
Okay.
Yeah. 2
It happens.
2 is actually
Guardians of
pretty
the
daggone
Galaxy
good.
2 is better than Guardians
2
of
is
the
actually
Galaxy
pretty
1.
good, bro.
I will say that.
You said Guardians Galaxy 2 is better than 1?
Yeah, I think so.
2 got a crazy storyline, but 1.
Yeah, that was when he
Yeah.
meets his dad. His
Yeah, the
dad's dog
storyline
and
is
stuff.
crazy. Yeah, the storyline is crazy.
Maybe it's because I saw 2 before 1. But 2 is really good. Really impressed with 2.
That's what Deke said because I saw 2 before. Have you seen 1?
Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire. Probably better than Spider-Man 1 with Doc Ock.
Ooh.
Spider-Man 1
One
is
was
incredible,
tough, though.
too.
1 was
with
tough.
Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 3 was bad. They tried to do too much.
Who was the villain in 3? That was when
That was with Venom and Sandman.
Yeah.
They were doing too much.
I wasn't a fan of the Sandman in that one. It definitely seemed over the top. I'm with you. That was pretty solid though,
The
man.
new one was sick. Did you see the new one?
Which
With
one?
the multiverse and
You know what? That's actually one that I have not watched
That's
yet.
sick.
That's actually the only one for me that I have not watched. And it was a long ordeal of why. But yes, that is actually on my list, man. So yeah, man. This was solid though, bro. This was good. All right.
5 minutes to spare. Do you want to risk anything here? Or do you
I
wanna be done early?
started to be like, should I risk it? I'm like, no, I'm not risking anything today. We're going to play it cool today. Okay? So we good. We're going to play it cool.
I don't know if there's anything else really to talk about.
I was thinking
I was
the
gonna say maybe we
same
could have talked a little
thing.
more about the defense, but we know what it is. They just
That's
need to
what
stop the run better in the
yeah.
second half.
I was like, I feel
Our secondary can be sketchy at times.
that continues to hold true. Yes, it does. But they're situationally good when they got to be, which we saw that continue to hold up yesterday as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we're good. Shoot. I like it then, man. So, you know what? We're good. Because we spinning the block anyways come Wednesday. We got to file them back up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And this way, I won't have to have any tension or static in the Moats residence.
Works for me.
Okay? Man of the people. All right?
Last
So-
super chat, Josh Torres says, check your score prediction post on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, he did tell me. He said, I think he DM'd you. He DM'd like the exact score, I think he was saying.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, because he said it last night on the Space Talk. He was like, yo, tell Deke to check his DM out. Yep, yeah, I think, I want to say it was him
We'll
last
have
night.
to see the timing of it.
Yeah, that's what he said, though. He said, but you know how that go. So, yeah, definitely check the timestamp. But, with that being said, man, shoot, yeah, enjoy your rest of your night, baby. We're going to vibe. I'm all over the place. We're going to wrap it up tonight. We're going to vibe out on Wednesday. Kick it with that Monday night game tonight. But whatever y'all do, make sure y'all do it and have a good time. But either way, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. And until next time, baby.
Peace.